Well, drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot. Fantastic to have you on board tonight. Look, I'm in a different spot tonight. Live, coming to you live from Death by Coffee. Indeed, we're going to be having such a lot of fun. We've got, of course, Rushka Johnson who runs this place here. That's why we're here. Check. But look how cool this place looks. I think this is going to be my studio from now on. We're going to try and see what's happening. Carol Jacobs online already. Whoop, from East London. Whoosh. You're in, Carol. Send me some comments. Send me the comments. Come on, do it. I'm here in Teresa Summer, all the way from Austria or Switzerland or Namibia, somewhere. I can't remember where you are, Teresa, but I think it's Switzerland. Or Austria, one or the other. Anyway, let me know where you're watching from, what you're drinking as well. I've got a little bit of. You see, check this out. Okay, because we're Death by Coffee, we've got the skull, which Darren Fuller is going to absolutely love. Darren, this is for you. Somebody tag Darren in this because she's got to see this. This is full of skulls. Death by Coffee, it's got this whole vibe. Death by Coffee. Indeed. Wendy Swannell, how's it? Gino, can smell something good brewing. Indeed you can. And you can probably see some of these coffees over here. Check them out. The little coffees are here. And also the food. Obviously, Fat Cats, thank you so much, Grace, for bringing us some food. She gave us so much food tonight. I don't know how we're going to finish it all. I think we've had a go at it, but we're gonna try and eat as we go tonight as well. Fat Cats, thank you. There we go. There's the pyramids. Lovely to have Grace popping in every now and again. She's such a sweetie pie. She is, honestly. And of course, thank you to Fitch and Leeds, which we have quite a selection of Fitch and Leeds here tonight. I'm using I think I've got the pink gin. I've got the pink gin tonight. You know. And then, and we've got, and of course, I put in a little bit of Spartacus gin, which normally we normally have the punters. There we go. Well done, Gary. That's lovely. And of course, Keith Clark is coming on Tuesday, next week, Tuesday. Keith Clark is going to be coming. We're going to be talking about the liquor industry because he's been in it all his life. And not only does he help us a bit with the punters and the Spartacus, but he's a font of knowledge when it comes to business like that. So, come on, Ellis, how's it? Guys, did the walk for Wilbur with Jagger at the grassroots today? The walk for Wilbur. It was fantastic, of course, for the horse care unit, the PE horse care. They look after the race horses and donkeys that are sort of maltreated, and they rescue these animals. And of course, they had at the grass roof today with Nikki, who was one of our guests a little while ago. Nikki, of course, running Grass Roof, they're a fantastic venue, and they had it there. They had a run there today. They had a run. Did you? Where did you come, Camilla? Whereabouts did you come in the run? Because there we go. Food looks delicious from. You're quite right. It is. Look at that. I mean, she's given us so much. Philippa, she's given us a whole pile of food here. So we've got leftovers for the next 3 days. Wendy Thompson, how's it there? Nice spot tonight. Don't you think so? Hey, look at this. It's beautiful. It's got like a vibe. Check out the big roaster in the background as well. Look at the roaster. I can put my fingers in there. Get out some coffee. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot. Thank you to Spa. Thank you to Fitch and Leeds. And thank you to Mobile for our internet, of course, always. And then of course, our punting with Keith. But we're going to speak to Keith on Tuesday, like I said too. So send me some comments. Tell me where you're watching from. Also, let us know if there's a problem. If there's any problems with sound or picture, you let us know. Okay, because this is all new to us. This going out. To meet people at the interviews, which is quite fun actually. At the back. Oh dear, were you at the back? I think Philippa came third apparently. I heard, according to from the grapevine. How's it from the UK? Oh, how's it good? How's the red list coming on there, Alan Carter? How's the red list? We've been lifted from it, so we can go there now. We just have to, we just can't talk to a lot of people when we arrive. We've got to, and we mustn't, the consonants apparently with Omicron, you can't say the consonants. So there's a couple of words that you can't say in Afrikaans because that would spread Omicron and also bad vibes. So send us some comments. I'm going to do a little song for you guys. And welcome to Gino's Spot. We're going to have a fantastic time tonight, I think. Indeed, as I drink my drink. When I wake up, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. And when I go out, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I get drunk, well, you know I'm gonna be getting drunk with Gregory Bell. He says, Gino, with 100 oohs and ooh with a few exclamation marks. And I can see you, Teresa, and you're actually getting drunk on the show. That's right, you got it right. Every Tuesday and Saturday I'm on the floor. When I'm working, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And the money comes in for the work I do. I'll pass almost every penny on to you. And when I come home, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who's coming along with you. And when I grow old, well, Teresa, some of that's right. You say love it every time when I'm with you. You say love it, lakker, Alan Carter. You're speaking Afrikaans in the UK. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who's with Wendy Sonnell, watching from a Pichigama. Pichigama! Pichigama! Don't I say that? Cause God fits in the beginning, right? And I would walk 500 miles and you'll have to walk 5,000 more to be right the way from Austria all the way across Africa to us today. Alright, Teresa! Teresa Summer! Come on, Alice! One more time. Here we go. And I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who comes 1,000 miles to fall down, lift your shot, that's right. Well, you're gonna be the Teresa, thank you so much. We're having such a joy. We're going to have such a joy here tonight. I can see already. And obviously we have to thank our sponsors for this wonderful drinks that I'm having out of my special glass that I've got from Death by Coffee with the skull on it. It makes me quite scared, you know. So let's have a look and see what Fitch and Leeds have to offer today. I think we've got our normally little clip from Justin, which Gary's going to slot on relatively soon, I think. Let's see what he's got to say. A little story.
Maurice Merlingson's mind swirled with ideas.
So, what's the story, Maurice?
But it was never the right time to share his work. The demand was only a distraction.
Darling, just share.
Dad, I have a story.
With innovation as his only destination, he set off for new discoveries, a land of uncharted stories. No idea was worth sharing until he had redefined perfection. But the perfect discovery had left him behind.
Hey, you look like you've been on a journey. So what's your story?
For exceptional ideas are meant to be shared.
Indeed, the bespoke mixers. Now, that's fantastic. And I think that was a competition that they ran a little while ago, and so some of the students had a go at that advert. I think that was probably the winning story. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to call on our special guest, Rushka Johnson from Death by Coffee. Let's see if we've got a little introduction for Rushka. Rushka. Very, very nice little thing there. Rushka, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks
Fantastic.
for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you on, and thank you for inviting us into your home.
It's a
I
pleasure.
don't know if this. I mean, this is this the shop obviously opens from Tuesdays until Saturdays. Is that right?
Yes, Tuesday
Yes.
to Saturday, so we're a coffee roastery,
Yes,
but we serve our coffee so you can taste it
of course.
and fall in love with it.
Yes.
And buy the bags.
Well, I have. It's amazing. It's honestly amazing. And the whole Death by Coffee, is that the shop called Death by Coffee as well?
Yeah. Our roastery is Death by Coffee Roastery.
In High Street in Mount Pleasant.
Yes.
If you go if you're going up Fontaine Road, just after the spa, hook a left, and it's 2 or 3 houses up. Is the post office just down here as well? Isn't it?
Used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah.
Okay, it was.
Yeah.
Where we used to come and get our licenses and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And how long's it been going for? Is it?
Okay, I'll tell
Oh,
you
yeah.
the story.
Yeah, tell me the
You
story.
wanna hear the
Tell me
story?
the story about the coffee shop. There we go.
Okay.
There's Ricolette's watching
Hey, Ricolette, how are you?
from my lock shed and looking good for.
Yeah, we're going to talk about you soon, Ricolette.
Okay,
We're not going
Ricolette.
to miss talking about Ricolette.
We're going to talk about the festivals. We've got all sorts
Later,
of stuff to
yeah.
talk about. Yeah.
Well, the story of the coffee.
The story about the coffee.
The
Death
history
by
of
Coffee.
our coffee roastery. It's a
Yes.
family coffee roastery.
Okay.
So, together with my family, we
Yes.
started the roastery. And it started with me being very sort of adamant about having organic beans.
Yes.
And I used to get green organic beans, and I used to roast them in a pan.
The pan, yes.
And I
You
had
can do
one
that.
of those old grinders that you grind at the kitchen table.
Yes, I love it.
And every morning we would roast our coffee in the pan and then grind it and drink our coffee. And then I couldn't get the green beans anymore, the organic green beans.
Right.
So I said to my dear husband, I can't find organic green beans, we need to find them. And I tried to source them
Yeah.
online, and I could only find them in this big coffee, 10,000 Rand coffee sack.
Ah.
So I thought, oh my goodness, how am I going to get these beans? So I spoke to a few of my friends and I said, guys, do you want to share the price of these
Yes.
green beans? And they said, but we don't know how to roast the beans. Well, you roast them and then we will do that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
so I was thinking, okay, I'm going to be with my pan, shaking.
It's quite heavy.
It's actually, you can roast your own coffee
Yes,
in a
you can.
pan,
I
but
think people don't know that. That
Yeah.
You can actually roast your own coffee
I'll
as well in a pan.
describe how to do that if
Yeah.
anyone wants to know. And I thought I'm going to be roasting in a pan, but I thought, okay, I'm going to get a big pan. So I was telling my husband about this idea. Okay, I'm going to start roasting for my friends with these organic beans. And then he got a bee in his bonnet and he started researching coffee roasters.
Roasters, yes.
And he found a beautiful one that was made in South Africa. And then before I knew it, I had this massive truck coming down the road with this, that we had to trim the trees at the top, bringing.
Holy crap.
And I thought, that's a very big pan. But jokes, I knew it was a roaster. But
Yes.
so then before we knew it, we had a coffee roaster.
Wow.
And then next thing we knew, we were launching a whole roastery. But it was amazing because we thought, okay, let's do this as a family. It's a nice way of learning how to run a business. We can do it with the kids because we homeschool the kids, and we thought, well, let's learn how to do this. Let's do it together. Let's bring in all of the different skills that we all have and try and learn together how to run a business. And we had our roaster on our small holding in a garage, and my husband learned how to roast, and him and my son, he was teaching my son, and and then we just were brainstorming. We thought, let's come up with a whole name, and let's just come up with a whole. It was so nice. And then
because the marketing, I think marketing wise, Death by Coffee is amazing, and the whole look that you've got with these skeletons. I mean, I don't know. You can have a look here. I'll bring it close up so you can have a squiz. I love that look. It's fantastic.
So then we thought, okay, Death by Coffee. You know, Death by Chocolate.
Yes.
Death by Coffee. It's so good. You feel like you died and went to heaven. You know, it's like die of happiness, death. You know, things like that.
Of course.
But then and skeletons are cute, but we didn't want scary, evil skeletons. We wanted to give them a bit of like character and make sort of combine the different loves that we have in our home. My one daughter, she loves Jane Austen, and so we thought, well, let's make Jane Austen vibe skeletons. And then my oldest daughter, I said, go and draw me some skeletons with a top hat and a lady sitting at a table. And
so she drew them.
Yeah. So then she look how cute they are.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm showing you. So then
this way a bit. There we go.
So then she just went and she drew, you know, little cute Jane Austen vibe skeletons. And then that. So it started like all of us.
It's all about the marketing as well, and about how it looks and feels. You know, I think too. You have to have your good quality beans, but if you're somebody who's roasting and you care about it, then you want it to have everything. You want it to have all those little things. You know,
It's nice
amazing.
to have. Oh, thanks.
It really does.
We love it.
And it makes you want to go and buy. It's like, oh, let's try this one. This one looks like it's gonna be really cool. It is.
That one with the couple sitting.
Yes.
It's and then we did like a little. We involved people with ideas, so we could come up with ideas. Hey, Teresa, I love your creative, inspiring. Oh no, Teresa, you're so sweet. Thank you for saying such kind things. You're so sweet.
There we go. Best coffee, says Liesel.
Oh, thanks, Liesel. Thank you so much.
Chantal, it's a cool story.
Hey, Chantal. So then we, of course, then we could have our organic beans.
Yeah.
We only wanted to use organic because we cared about the environment and things like that, and health and all of that. So, but the funny thing is that, I don't know if you think it funny. I didn't think it was funny at the time, but I can look back and laugh now.
Yes.
But so we launched our Coffee Roastery, and then my husband had to go and work in America.
Oh. Okay.
He learned how to roast with my dear son.
Oh, wow.
And I was doing the other things, okay?
So then
and then he went to America
just
a
buggered
month.
off.
No, he had to go for work. He pays for everything.
Yes.
So
He left
I
you with the
wasn't.
roaster.
So then he went. He had to go off to America, and I had to quickly now learn how to roast, and it was very sweet. He was sitting there from America, telling me step by step. I mean, it's not. Once you know how, it's not difficult.
It's fine. It's a
but
process.
it was step by step, and so a process. So I'm sitting there trying to roast these beans and I think I burnt a few batches, and they landed as compost in the garden.
Oh, my word.
But luckily, I was trying it out on like bad quality, like cheaper beans, you know.
Yes.
But I just thought, okay,
I know.
I have to just do this. Let me just, Justin, you know.
It's on an iPad these days when you get like this
Yeah,
amazing stuff on it.
Well,
You
yeah.
can- there's a graph to try and
Yes.
figure out how what the roast profile is going to be. It's just like so hectic.
So I roasted off his profile.
Yes,
He's got a really good profile,
Yes.
and he creates the profile, and then you roast off. So once you know, it's not hard.
Yeah.
But just that beginning process. So then I didn't roast nearly as nicely as him, but I just tried my best, you know. And then he came back, and then so what we did was we had roasted from home.
Yeah.
We did our launch in our house, invited all our friends, and then we had them tasting all the different coffees.
Okay.
And you should have seen the people. They were drinking. They each had about 7 or 8 cups of coffee, and everyone was, because you know when people drink lots of coffee,
Talking.
their eyes were big and they were buzzing. It was so nice. And everyone was buzzing, and then only afterwards I realized these poor people they're drinking so much coffee because they're tasting all of our
Yes,
different coffees.
of course.
And as the day went on, everybody was getting
it's
wild.
freaked out, you know.
Yeah, so but it was really
Yeah,
nice.
that's
It was
cool.
so nice.
And I
yeah.
love the way you involved everybody. But
Yeah.
I think the thing that I love about this sort of thing and what fits into the show so nicely is the fact that you guys are entrepreneurs. Like to take that step to actually do this as well. It takes money and it takes a risk.
Yeah.
You know, and I think people like to hear a story like that because everybody's trying to do something, you know, especially
Yeah.
during COVID now.
Yeah.
People have to start from scratch, you know, and how do you start from scratch? Well, you just jump off.
Sure, it is difficult. Yeah, we did have to adapt in COVID. So before COVID, we used to do pop-up coffee shops for people to taste.
Okay.
And then we used to pop them up at different art events and things like that.
Okay.
And then my daughter and I, we decided, oh, geez, pop-up coffee shops, pop up a whole coffee shop is quite difficult.
Yeah.
So then we decided that we were going to open up a cafe instead of popping up.
Yes.
And so where we are
Yes,
now,
yes.
this venue where we are now actually was our first home that my husband and I ever bought
Oh.
19 years ago.
Wow.
So this was our first home, and two of our kids were born in this house,
Yes.
and we've just kept it.
You
ever
have them
since.
in the house.
Yeah, home both in the
Oh
house.
my soul,
Yeah.
yeah, because that's another whole story.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like, you know, no,
Okay.
that was lovely. It was so
Yeah,
nice.
okay.
So we kept the house, and then we lived a small holding, and
Oh, so you kept
so we
rented it
kept
out
this
or-
house ever since, and we were always thinking, what can we do? What can we do with it?
Yeah.
My husband has his office here, and
Oh, okay.
my middle daughter and I opened up the cafe.
Okay.
But it was 6 months before lockdown,
Oh man.
and then lockdown happened,
So-
and we had to adapt. Like you said, you know,
Yes, yeah.
people have to adapt and lockdown and
Pivot. I hate
Yeah.
using these words,
but it
I
was
think-
it ended up being a good thing, you know, because what it did was it spurred me onto figuring out how to do like online shopping
Yeah.
and being able to courier to different people around South
Yes.
Africa, and it actually forced me to do that,
to learn stuff, eh?
to learn how to like set up those online
Yeah.
sites and everything, and so it ended up being a good thing. And then we started roasting for the Morning Shot. A shout out to the Morning Shot,
Morning
hosted
Shot.
by Roman Kabanak. Yeah.
Okay.
So he does.
Sounds like a wine.
No, haven't you seen it?
No.
Oh, I'm
no.
going to send you a link.
No, I'm gonna do
So
it.
he is he used to do the Renegade Report, and he does a news analysis.
Oh, okay.
And he's brilliant, and he does it every morning, and we became his roasters. It's called
Oh,
the Morning
wow.
Shot. So
Okay.
we started roasting for him in lockdown,
Wow.
and he has lots of viewers, and
Yes.
so it spurred me on to now I must get this online site going because this admin is taking me so long. So that it ended up being a good thing. We ended up, because sometimes when you're stuck in a situation where you're forced to adjust and
Yeah.
adapt, it's adapt or die.
Yes, yes.
So you got to like
you need that
figure
kick up the
things
arse,
out.
basically.
Yeah.
It's just that kick. Okay, if we don't do this now, it's not going to happen. But you
Yeah.
mentioned something about admin. I mean,
Yeah.
how are you with admin? I would rather
I
poke
struggle,
my
I
own eyes out.
struggle. But we can't always only do the nice things.
Yes, we got to
We
do the
have to
yucky
do
things
those
as well.
other things too.
Di,
Hey, Di from America.
From America.
How are you? Oh
Excellent.
my gosh.
You got the
Mwah.
right. Di, you've
Mwah.
got the right
Mwah.
name for Death by Coffee.
Hey, Shanae.
Di.
How are you?
Shanae.
Blood sister, rocking it. Woo
Excellent.
woo. Hey,
There's
Lee.
Jack and Sally vibes too. What's Jack and Sally vibes?
Oh wow, and there's Elizabeth. Hi, Lizzie. Coffee Mama is multi-talented, Gino.
There you go. Elizabeth Welsh saying hi there.
wow.
There, Kathy from
Kat.
said best place in town, eh?
Spot. Oh, Breeze. Mwah.
Breeze Johnson.
Hello.
Is that family?
Hi, Mama. We're watching.
That's the family there
Oh,
online.
this is
Elizabeth
sweet.
Welsh says Mama Coffee is multi-talented. Just the top of, I know. We're going to talk
Hello,
about.
Anakin.
We're just going to scratch now, and we're going to go underneath that iceberg soon.
They're so sweet. Oh,
There's
come
lots of
here.
hearts for you
Anakin.
from Anakin.
Just funny. Love you guys.
And it's so even the Star Wars guys there.
You guys are so sweet. Oh, yeah, man. I'm going to cry.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so.
Elizabeth say as well. So it's nice to
is very-
have people online to say hi
Oh,
as well.
man. So
And-
sweet.
And I think
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur, you
Yes.
need that encouragement too. You do
So
need
nice. And I have to say, like, I working with my family, our family are so, we support each other in everything. I've got tears now. we're so supportive
You're
of each
making her
other.
cry.
I know, 'cause I'm happy to see that. So we're very supportive of one another, and we love working with each other, and we just love being with each other.
Yeah.
So we doing things with my beautiful family is so wonderful. We figured out what each other's strengths are. We know how to balance each other out, and and we just love each other, and we love doing things together. So doing this with my family is probably the best thing for me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
Love it.
it's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Your life is about your relationships and about your family. I always say
I
that.
agree, yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
can have that time with your family, isn't it amazing that you can do that?
Yeah.
Ugh, admin, exactly, Monzel.
Yeah.
I hate admin. I hate admin. Jeez, like
some people have like a whole team that do different things.
Isn't it amazing that
But
you can have a team?
we don't
You
have
just say,
that.
just do that, and
Yeah.
then it happens.
Like somebody will do like the admin, and somebody would type up the thing, and I'm always amazed.
No, I don't
And
want to
then
do any of those
You're sitting
things.
doing everything, when you're doing everything.
Type up and put the invoices out and write and then
Yeah.
take it and then sign and stamp stuff. I know.
So
I know.
all of the people out there who do good admin, kudos to you.
We love you. We
Yeah.
so love you, and come
respect.
and speak to me because I need somebody.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Gino needs an admin person.
I
Anyone?
do,
Anyone?
I'm terrible. I'm not for my coffee as well. So I've got my and I don't know what got you into coffee originally. In the pan, that's so cool.
I really like coffee, but we have a saying here:
Yeah. Yes.
respect the bean. That's what we say.
Respect the bean.
Because you must respect coffee.
Yes.
It is a stimulant.
Yes.
So one should not overdose.
Yes. Okay.
One
so
should
be
respect
careful.
the bean. Yes. So, but because I don't drink a lot of coffee, and I don't feel nice when I drink too much coffee.
Yes.
So I love coffee, but I don't drink a lot of it.
Okay.
So when I have my cup of coffee, it must be perfect.
Yes.
It must be in exactly the right cup. It must be exactly right, because you don't want to waste your 1 or 2 cups of coffee on bad coffee.
This is.
And I
true.
think that's why I'm so particular
you
about
only
good
have
coffee.
1 or 2 a day. I mean,
Yeah,
really.
but it must be perfect.
I have
If
like
it's
5.
not perfect, I won't drink it. I'll wait.
I always drink
Do you
because
drink
my mother
5?
always told me you've got to
Yeah?
finish everything on your plate.
My
That's
word.
why.
Hi, Leon. Roasty Bean is at home. It's her bedtime.
A roasty
Bean.
Roasty bean.
Roasty Bean is our roastery cat.
Oh, roastery
Yeah.
cat.
Her name is Roasty Bean Lily Mueller Chestnut Wee Johnson.
Oh, it's
So-
also got Johnson at the end, though.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
So we found her on the side of the road,
Oh, okay.
and at our coffee roastery we thought there's one thing missing. It's a cat sleeping on your lap. So then we found her on the side of the road,
Oh, wow.
and oh man, she's so cute. And then everybody started giving her names.
Oh, right.
And we took all of those names. And my little niece in America, who's maybe watching, hi Sierra, if you're watching, she sent me a message and she said, I feel in my heart that her name is Chestnut. She sent me a message when she saw, so I had to give her that
Chestnut
name.
as well.
So everyone comes and they all
Give her whichever.
So
She just
cute.
answers to whatever. The
Yeah.
cat doesn't really care what you decide to give her as a name. Lee Hanks says, how's it? Show
The cup.
Gino the cup.
Oh!
The cup. Okay.
Oh, Lee, I'm going to show him the cup, okay?
Okay, yes.
This is a very special cup.
Yes.
But we'll go there just now.
Okay,
and I'll
we're
get
going
the
to
cup.
go there. We're going to go.
We're gonna
Should we
make-
go
we're
to the
gonna
cup? I don't mind.
Should I bring it? I'll bring the cup.
Bring the cup.
Okay,
bring
wait,
the cup.
I'm
Let me
gonna
see.
bring-
I'm going
So
to. Is it like this cup over here? This
But
one.
where is the cup?
This thing over here. It looks amazing.
Oh, I don't know where the cup is now.
Oh, the cup's disappeared. The cup's not here.
I'll find the cup and I will show him. Okay,
Oh.
it's a special cup that we have.
Yes,
Yeah,
because Justin, her husband, has probably put the cup somewhere.
Don't blame him. It's probably
Yes,
me.
no,
I'm
he's
usually
just
the
not
one who
here.
loses.
He's easy to blame.
I was blaming someone. who's not
Justin,
here.
just as a note, Justin is a muser as well. He played a bit of guitar.
My husband.
Yes.
He still
was,
plays sometimes,
still
but
plays.
he does other things. But he is the best in
I
the whole
knew him
world.
I knew him when he
Yes.
was a muser. you know,
Yes.
and he used to come into Pop Shop all the time and even built his own guitars. Played with
I
Marcus.
know.
Anybody know Marcus? Justin and Marcus were mates. Marcus has come up in quite a few of our
Really?
shows. Yeah.
Everyone knows Marcus.
Everybody knew Marcus. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so, okay. So tell us about the cup. What is the cup?
It's just a beautiful cup that we love. When you come in, I will show you the cup. I will show
Okay.
people the cup.
It's been washed.
You must meet Lee, by the way. Lee, She's so sweet.
Lee?
Lee is this, one of our beautiful regulars who comes in, and
Not
she
Lee Miles.
is it Lee?
Lee Rohoff.
Is it the right Lee?
Oh, this Lee Hanks. Oh,
Lee?
I see.
I hope I've got your surname right.
Hanks.
If it's you, Lee, then Lee, is it you?
Yes.
She has this like a trike,
Oh.
custom made trike with a VW engine in the back, and it's painted. And it's got the tattoos on her arm or on her trike, and her husband has one, and he has a painting of her on his trike.
Oh man!
And she makes these beautiful shawls with skulls on, and she showed me, and then she made me one and gave it for a present. Yeah, she's so sweet. That's-
Lee, send a picture to Gary at centerstage.co.za.
Yeah, so
and we can even put a picture of that bike on here while we're here.
I'll send you a picture. It's on our Facebook page, guys. You can
Well,
have a look.
she can send it right now. Lee, Gary at centerstage.co.za. Send a picture of your bike and let's see if we can get it on.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But I mean, those are the type of people we meet.
Yeah.
So they come in, they bring us presents. Somebody gave us a Christmas present today, and like people bring us books. Somebody gave us a chess set because we're going to have a chess tournament here.
What a fantastic idea.
Yeah. So I mean,
The youngsters are
yeah.
getting into chess as well. Eh?
we all play chess, and the kids love chess.
Yeah.
So it's not just about coffee, see?
Yeah, it's everything, hey?
Because we love people,
Yeah.
and we love community,
Yeah.
and we love meeting people. We love hearing about people. Love hearing about what they're thinking and like
And a coffee
who
shop
are
is
they?
the place to do that.
Yeah, it's kind of like when people sit at a bar,
Yeah.
but it's coffee. They're not getting
yeah.
they're sober
Yeah.
and they're drinking
Drinking
their
a
coffee.
little bit.
No, but no,
Tell me about it.
no, it's not like that. It's much nicer
Because
because they're away. Yes, and so people we chat and about their lives, and
Yeah.
people chat with one another around the room, and like it's so nice.
It is cool.
We really love it so much.
And
yeah.
I mean, and the coffee beans. I mean,
Yeah.
do you specific beans do
Yeah.
you get in from
Yeah.
where?
So
What's your favorite? Which
yeah.
one's your favorite ones?
everything's organic, Rainforest Alliance, fair trade, all of those things, and
Fair trade.
we find those beans, and we like African beans.
Yes.
And then they come, we roast, we taste. I do the tasting and the mixing. We all have a little taste and just
Yes.
make sure we like it. And my son actually roasts. So he started roasting when he was 10, and he's 15 now, and he roasts off my husband's
So really
profile.
got 5 years experience.
Yeah, well, he could. You see, when you roast, you might know.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of concentration. It's not difficult,
Yeah.
but it requires concentration.
Focus.
So you've got to actually sit for 3 hours or whatever, and
Yeah.
not. You can't like go and talk to someone.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't read a book.
Can't
you
check your phone.
you
messages.
sit. Yeah, you have to sit and you have to be focused. And he couldn't do that when he was younger, but now he can.
Okay.
And he roasts off my husband's profile, and he has some of his own profiles. So it's so nice.
Yeah,
Just
and
a little
when
bit-
you work with new stuff, all the
Yeah.
new profiles and new beans, and it's always something exciting. It's
Yeah.
never the same,
yeah,
because you've got to try and obviously if you've got certain variants,
yeah.
then you have to try and keep them
Yeah.
as consistent as possible. But I quite like the
Yeah,
idea. of-
I
of
sometimes
having-
change up my blends. I have to say,
Is it,
they're
you
not
like to do it?
perfectly measured.
Yes.
I kind of just like throw,
Yeah.
Ooh, a little bit of this, a little bit of
Yeah.
that.
What about that?
I kind of have my blends, but every now and again I change them up. It's
Sure.
not meticulously measured.
Yeah.
It's just I throw it together and I taste it, and I
If you
so,
like that, but
yeah.
you'll be using certain beans for certain ones of these.
Yeah.
What I see what's this the cry?
So this one is called
Yeah.
Gino.
Yes.
It's called Hold the Sugar Baby, You Sweet Enough,
Oh right.
because you don't need sugar.
It smells so nice. It smells amazing. I don't know if you guys can smell it. Have a smell quickly. Smell that. Eh? Smells like television, eh? Yeah. It smells like television. No,
But we
that's great.
don't only serve coffee here.
Okay, so
We do other things.
Oh yes.
Yes, no,
Okay, not that
because
stuff.
we all in our home we love the arts.
Ah.
I studied fine art,
Oh.
and we love music, we love art, we
At
love
Technikon?
poetry. Yeah, studied here.
Oh, wow,
Yes,
okay.
majored in sculpture.
Wow.
Best lecturer ever. So we,
No.
David.
David. I can't remember his surname now as
What
well.
is it?
Uh,
I'm very old. Oh dear.
no,
Forgot.
I'm thinking of Jones. I'm sure we Graham Jones.
No, David Jones.
David Jones.
Forgot. Sorry
No,
if I
Jo-
forgot
Graham
your
Jones.
surname. No, but anyway.
Yeah.
So we love the arts. So
Yes.
we have things called art slams here.
Yes.
Art
Oh, they can
slam.
tell us. They can tell us.
Yeah.
They can tell us online. Who's the David, the arts guy.
David Jones, I'm sure.
I know, it's
My
like-
art lecturer. There was a Graham Jones,
Yeah, okay,
but he
David
wasn't
Jones.
my lecturer. It was David Jones.
Okay.
My sculpture lecturer when I
Okay.
studied 20 million years ago. When
Yeah,
I was
okay.
So
Okay, so art.
because we love the arts,
Yes.
we love jazz, we love music,
Yes.
we have art slams at the roastery,
Okay.
where we get musicians and artists and things like that in, and it's just free and everyone
Like a
just comes in.
barista jam kind of, but more like a roasting.
It's
jam.
like it's like going and watching jazz or poetry, but with coffee instead of alcohol. And in the morning is over at night,
Okay.
and where because sometimes kids want to watch jazz, but they can't go to a bar.
Yeah.
Or like
My kids don't want to watch jazz.
what? Jazz is so nice. So that's why I want to tell you about what we're doing this weekend.
Yes. Well,
Can I?
let's just do it. Yes,
Or are we
yes.
still gonna?
No, I think we don't. Gary always says we're
Should
supposed to do it
we-
later. We're supposed
Oh,
Gary's insisting on being very rigid.
Can we?
make us some coffee.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
I'll make you coffee now.
Shall we do coffee now? Let's do coffee now. Then we can talk
Who
about
wants
that.
coffee? Cappuccino.
Yes, cappuccinos. We're
Americano.
gonna go around now, and Gary's hopefully gonna. We've got a microphone here as well. We've got a microphone around here now. Gary will have to. There he's got. There we're right here. He's got. We better switch that camera again. You can see the. There we go.
So
That looks lovely. Okay, so the little grinder.
what am I making you?
A cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I might put some gin in.
Gross.
You can have a coffee with a bit of whiskey. That's a
What's
nice
that
little
called
Irish
again?
coffee.
Irish coffee.
Irish coffee. It's going to have to.
And it has
have a go.
cream in it. Eh?
It has got cream in it,
Yeah.
and it's quite nice. And if you put a little bit of something on, like a little bit of what do you call that brown thing? Chocolate. A
Sugar.
little bit of chocolate or
Chocolate.
the woody stuff. What's
Yeah.
it? Oh, for goodness sakes.
Woody stuff.
Yeah,
Cinnamon.
cinnamon.
Woody stuff.
Cinnamon. You put a little bit of cinnamon in, a little bit of thing. It was very nice, and you drink that coffee with the whiskey through the cream.
I don't
and
drink
it's-
alcohol, so
I know.
I'll just
I
have the
know.
coffee
I'm
without
going
the-
to try and.
Why would you want
peer
to-
pressure you into drinking alcohol?
Listen, I would not want to taint the taste of coffee. It is perfect.
Oh
One does not need other ingredients in coffee.
my! Alcohol is such a nice ingredient. I'm just
I
saying.
disagree. I think coffee by itself is delish.
Gary says he doesn't trust people who don't drink alcohol. But that's just because of his.
Donald Trump doesn't.
Donald Trump doesn't drink alcohol. Did you know that? Now you're in the same boat.
Yeah,
All
so
right. So, and just as a matter of thing, there, you're getting that little bit of air in to the milk. So
you're just telling people how we do what we do.
Yeah, with the milk. and
Making
it looks
steamed
like,
milk.
Steamed milk is like almost like wet paint. It looks like kind of wet paint. When
Must
you
I
get
come close to the camera to fall?
I don't know if no, it's all right. So if Gary can zoom in there.
Oh.
You see, and she's so blooming good at it as well. She's really good. There we go. Look at that. That's lovely. That is so cool. A perfect tulip.
Is that tulip?
Yes.
That's pretty, eh?
Tulips. Tiptoe through the tulips.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. Fantastic. And that this machine is beautiful as well.
You have
And
to have a sip.
it's very nice indeed. And I'm very jealous of the amount of beautiful crema that you get on the top there, and it's so dark, and it tastes so good.
Let's show them.
Yes, bring it around. We're going to see if we can get it down there. All right, can we zoom down on it? Look at that. That looks good. I've taken a slurp out of it so you can see there. You can see that's fabulous. We couldn't find the cup, apparently the cup is so
Sorry,
cool.
Lee. The cup is in a
Just
special
disappeared.
place.
Somebody stole the
We're
cup.
only keeping it for you, Lee.
Fantastic. It's just so good. It's so damn. I'm very, very jealous of the fact that your coffee is so good. Really, really is. And I do, and I love the market. Like I said, the marketing is important as well.
Yeah.
In terms when people see this, see that thing, and I've tried it with my own coffee as well. I've got to try to tie in the music and the feel, and it just gives you a feel. When you look at it, it's like you've got a vibe, So that's Death by Coffee. That's your section in the market. You got that, It's so good.
Oh,
It's so good.
that's nice.
So I mean, as far as getting it out there, do you just are you supplying? Who do you supply? I mean, who do you sell to?
Well, we. I just wanted to see what Shannon
Yes,
says.
Shannon.
Hi.
Anakin says the warmest coffee community. Yes, indeed.
Oh, is that from Anakin?
Yes. That's not Brad's boy, Anakin.
Shannon, love the coffee and conversation at Death by Coffee.
Hey, yo.
Shannon.
Roastery. Leon Geier.
Hey,
Death by Coffee
Susie.
is the place. Then
Oh.
everybody knows your name.
Thanks. Oh,
Right,
that's
there we
true.
go.
Yo, we
The
meet
visits.
nice people here, guys.
Catching up.
We meet such nice people. So, from all different walks of life.
Do
Like,
you also serve food in your coffee shop?
yeah, we have like beautiful croissants and
Croissant.
macaroons and handmade chocolates from Hog's Back
Oh, no
and
ways.
and chocolatey things and
What of those
we source
handmade chocolates from Hog's Back?
Hog's
That
Back
sounds like
chocolates, Hog's Back chocolates, and it's got all beautiful, perfect ingredients without any rubbish. You know, we find quality,
Yes.
quality
It's
things.
organic.
Hey Tanya,
So
how are
Tanya
you?
Hemmings saying
Thanks.
love your coffee,
Oh.
Death by Coffee. It kept me going through some challenging times.
shame. Oh, okay.
My goodness.
Handmade chocolates. Yes.
You know, it's like having a vaccine, actually.
We won't go there, but I want to tell you about the what we're doing on Saturday. Please, may I?
Yes.
Is
Okay,
it
tell
time?
us. Yes, it's time.
I think I've told you everything
It's Arts
about the
Festival.
roastery.
Tell us about the arts
Yeah.
festival.
So, guys,
on
so
Saturday.
yeah. So because we love the arts, we love music, and there's so many amazing artists and poets and like musicians in PE.
In town, yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
They really
Yes.
are. So and we bring them to us. So on Saturday with the Bent Wellness Centre,
There you go. There it is.
across the road from us.
Yes.
So diagonally across from the road from us.
What's it called?
There's a wellness centre that opened called the Bend Wellness Centre.
Bend.
And
Okay.
the lady that runs that started that centre, her name's Shannon, and
Okay.
she's my Pilates instructor. So
Yes.
she just we love going to there.
Okay.
But her and I, she's always wanted to be on High Street.
Okay.
Okay, it's been her dream, and she's recently moved here. So her and I we've decided, no, we want to have a High Street Arts Festival. So we're closing off, well, in a little section of High Street, where she is and where we are across the road, we're having a festival on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So what we're doing is we've got like the most amazing lineup of musicians and artists. So we've
I
got
see that. There
people
it
like, we've got
is. Rob Thompson.
Rob Thompson and Joe,
Joe.
and we've got Stick and Stone Theatre Company. They're doing like Shakespeare. They're brilliant.
wow,
Ricolette, of course, Ricolette. And
Yes.
now the nice thing about Ricolette, for the
Yes.
who knows Ricolette?
I know
Shout out
Ricolette.
for her. You know her.
I know, yeah. Shout out to Ricolette. I saw them at the market. They've done a
Yes,
couple
no,
of
she's so
markets.
good. So she's released today. Actually, she's released a single today.
Wow. Okay,
And
cool.
she's playing it on Saturday, and so the people who come will be the first people to hear her play it live.
Oh,
How
that's
cool!
Exclusive.
How cool!
And exclusive.
And she's playing with Ashton. He plays the accordion, brilliant.
Wow,
And,
accordion.
yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna have and we've
Tiago
got
on bass there, obviously.
yes, Tiago
Or
on
drums.
bass.
He plays drums nicely too, Tiago.
Oh, do you
that
know
lad.
him?
I know that lad. Yes.
Oh, cool! And then we've got the Funky Giraffe, which is Tian on double bass, and Timon on percussion,
Ah,
and who else is in?
excellent. Oh, and if it's got tea on ice, then it's gonna be a firecracker
It
show.
is so good. And then we've got something which we've done before, which is so cool. It's a poetry open mic. Have you ever been to that?
I've never been to one.
It's like
of
a
those.
hot mic, like a open
Okay,
mic,
open
poetry. So what we have is we've got Timon and Tian as backup musicians,
Okay.
double bass and percussion.
Oh, and you say poetry.
And then you
on
have
it.
a mic, and then you do your poem, and they are brilliant. We've done 2 already,
Yeah.
and they are so good. They follow the poet. So the
Okay.
poet goes up, and they kind of tell them, like, okay, guys, this is going to be a sort of a sad poem. They tell the
Yeah.
musicians,
Yeah.
and they're brilliant. They watch
Okay.
the poets, and they jam with the
Wow.
poets as they're doing their poetry.
That sounds
And
cool.
if it's a wild one, they get all wild with the music.
You know,
and
I
then,
enjoy this Hagen Engler.
oh,
And you know Hagen. I don't know if you met
no.
Hagen before, but somebody
Yeah.
tag Hagen. Do we having a poetry thing?
Is
with
he a
music?
poet? Is he a poet?
He's a poet, and he was a writer. Used to do that. Life's a Beach.
But then he must come because
no,
it's,
he's in
it's
Joburg. He's in
Oh,
Joburg.
okay,
But
okay.
he would love that.
Yeah.
And he's a PE. He's a PE stalwart. He was for years. But it just reminds me of Hagen, what Hagen
Yeah.
would absolutely love.
because people. What's nice about open mic is and spoken word. I don't know how many platforms there are for poets, but we've had an amazing
Well, the
response
spoken
with
word's
it.
into this like deep house stuff, and that as well. They do the spoken word over that
Over
house
music
now.
or just. But the nice thing about it is that because it's open mic and it's really like a chilled vibe, you know, like everybody's anyone and everyone stands up.
Yeah.
So the last time we had it, we've got amazing poet Carl Seaton Smith,
Yeah.
who actually did his poetry book launch here.
Okay.
I'm going to get it to show you. It's
I
so
know,
cool.
Justine Seaton Smith must be some sort of.
Oh,
She's
well,
gonna get she's gone to get the book. Here
I'm
we go.
getting the
Let's
book.
look
So
at that.
this guy. Where's the
Oh,
camera?
The camera's front one. There we go.
Okay, so
That guy.
that is Carl Seaton Smith, okay?
Ah, okay.
And he is one of our regulars at the roastery, and I found out that he did poetry,
Okay.
and no one had ever heard his poetry live before. He didn't read it to anyone. The first time he ever read his poetry was at our poetry jam, and he got up, and then he was so inspired that he took all of his poems. And he put them in a book because they're so good.
Yeah.
And then he launched his book here, and we had another poetry jam.
Awesome.
And the people read his poems. And he's coming again. This is his book. So he's coming.
Poetry and music just they're born together. You know,
Yeah.
they're born to be used together. It's like all lyrics are poetry. Actually, you have to have some sort of. It's got some sort of rhythm and a thing to it. So obviously they just go together so well.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a pro. You can just get up and read someone else's poem,
Yeah,
or like
if somebody does your poem, you know, it's even cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure somebody like Carol, then having not read it before, you must be discovering new things as well. It's like a growth experience.
Yeah. It's so. Oh, we're so honored that people get to come and do this in our presence. You know what I mean?
Saturday, so it's going to be like a whole day thing. I see this.
Yeah, it's like
vegetarian lunches and wraps by Aruna.
Yeah.
I see.
So basically,
Mia and Marley.
we kind of handpicked people to come and be here and to have their stuff, you know, and we've got 5 artists. 4 artists, I think. So we've got Duncan Stewart coming.
Okay.
And
excellent.
and
Sculptures
Elon.
and paintings. He does,
And Penny Smith, and so we've got artists coming who put up their stuff and they're going to do live art.
Duncan has got some amazing stuff. He's just done a whole lot for Spa, our sponsors. Actually, he did a whole thing for Spa.
I'm going to show you one of his pictures.
For the race.
Yeah.
And he does these beautiful, these little ones.
So
absolutely,
he did this.
Beautiful.
This is one of ours that we have.
Wow.
It's nice, eh?
Look at this coffee in there.
Exactly.
So cool.
He gave this to us, actually.
There's always so much motion involved as well.
Yeah.
So he's so good.
He's brilliant. So we've got like these amazing artists, and we've got 2 fashion designers. One fashion designer, Danielle Retief. She's like 20, turning 20. She's already designed a fashion line and had a fashion show. And she's bringing she makes her own clothes and she designs her own stuff. So she's going to show her fashion.
So full-on fashion show.
No, it's not going to be a fashion show, but she's going to have a store with all of her stuff. So fashion designers, and then
I think you should have a fashion show. I like that.
Fashion show, yeah.
It makes it like get the musos to play as well.
Or a fashion show. Yeah.
Get Tiago and Tion to
People
play.
can wear like coffee sacks.
Yes. No, but it sounds so cool, you know. That's lovely, especially in the smaller venue here, but then outside.
No, it's it's outdoor.
Outdoor.
So it's like kind of
COVID friendly.
Yeah, it's outside on the like across the road and in the road. You just kind of come. It's 20 rand for the day.
20 rand for the day, people.
Yeah,
honestly.
I know.
Tracy O'Neill saying can't wait till Saturday.
Oh, cool, Tracy. Yeah, the money is just we pay our performers properly.
Yes,
so we want to pay everyone properly.
Yeah.
We don't. It's not to make a profit. We just it's to gather enough money to pay everyone.
Expenses,
and if we don't get enough, we just cover the cost. So we hope.
Keith says coffee with punters.
What's punters?
It's the gin.
Oh, gross.
We've got coffee with Spartacus today.
That wouldn't be nice.
Oh, my word. Vivian Trovick says, you can't drink cappuccino at this time of the day. Tut, tut. Oh, yes, you can, Vivian Trovick. Leon Kaya says, latte with macadamia nut milk, please.
That actually is really nice.
Macadamia nut.
Yeah.
Do you make your own milk from
no.
almond milk and stuff like that?
But
they are easy,
there are nice people that make it in South Africa.
You can make it yourself.
I did see. Are you going to make me some?
I've made some before. It's very nice. Yes.
Okay.
You put them overnight in like 24 hours. And they get all big. The nuts get big like that.
Yeah.
And then the water gets all soaked in, and then you zap them.
And then you sieve it out.
Oh. And you can still use the nuts for like a cake or something. And then you get the beautiful nutty nut milk.
That's nice.
Very good, especially for someone who's into organic you know, for the hippies, you know.
It's not only hippies that like it.
Oh, well, that's what they
You're
all
enjoying
say.
your coffee, aren't
I'm
you?
loving it, and it's organic. So that is Arts Festival.
So that's this Saturday on High Street, everybody.
Okay.
Bring a blanket and park not in front of our place.
Is
Park
that so
up
cool?
the road.
Blanket.
Take a little walk and hang out.
Really,
You know?
that sounds so cool. I've got a gig on
Yeah.
Saturday in Plet, so I won't be able to come. But I know I'm gonna. I would have. I'd so like to have done that.
Yeah.
Do you like the bourbon? Do you do a bourbon version? This is
Of what?
Afrikaans for dummies. So of the coffee.
What's that?
We'll have to check if bourbon is whiskey.
I don't know all these alcohol names,
Dis
people. I don't
alcohol.
drink.
Yes, he doesn't drink. Nee, so ken jy wat jy actually met die brandewyn, hoorie. Ja, Afrikaans vir dummies.
Oh, what's...
a shot of grappa in your
Do
espresso.
you know what would be nice in coffee is...
Yes.
I don't drink, but I
Yes.
have had this before when I
Yes.
did. Is like something like Amarula or something.
Amarula is
Isn't that
is quite
nice in coffee?
But grappa and those ones are also
Yeah.
they give. They
Is
call
it
it
like
a
a
coffee
sweet-
corretto.
Yeah.
That's what Vivian is saying there. Nutty
oh.
like me, yes, indeed.
Oh,
Vivian
okay.
Trebek, they stick that comment on there, Gary. Vivian says a shot of
Grappa.
A shot of grappa, which is
Yeah.
Italian.
Is that nice
spirit.
in an espresso?
In an espresso,
okay.
it's called caffè corretto in Italy.
Oh,
Very,
is that...
very nice.
Thanks,
From
Vivian,
Italy.
for that bit of information.
Yes.
I
She's
didn't
not
know
going to
that.
try it though. She won't yet.
He can
But,
try it.
You know, I happen to have a connection for some grappa. So that, you know what a brofie is? No, I don't know what a brofie. I think I've heard of a brofie before, but I can't.
Oh.
Brandy and coffee. Is it brandy and coffee?
Oh, ugh.
It could be.
That must be
could
terrible.
Keith's got it going on there. You can explain that on Tuesday, Keith, when you come into the show as well. He's going to pop in. But yeah, they no alcohol people. They I find wine people and coffee people are quite similar in the way they look at things.
Maybe tasting, the
whiskeys.
tasting. Oh, maybe the different...
The whiskies, you know, gin is, I find, gin is like you've got to infuse it and it's like a thing, but whiskey as well, it also is just different. Beatrice Schneider-Cooper, in Switzerland, you put
Schnapps.
Kirsch schnapps in the coffee.
Oh, and whipped cream. That should
See-
be like, what's that thing we were talking about?
Yes, Irish coffee, but it's actually a Switzerland coffee. That which actually, it's a correct Cafe Royale.
Oh.
No,
Jeez,
brandy.
these people know lots about coffee.
They do.
right?
They like, you know, they like to put
Yeah.
alcohol in the coffee.
Listen, I like my coffee neat, everybody.
Yes, she
we
does.
don't need other things.
But you won't believe how many people are going to put stuff in your coffee now.
Yeah, well, no, I don't mind if other people...
Yes,
no, they
yes.
must drink it how
Yes,
they like
yes,
it.
yes, yes.
I don't... of course.
No,
I
we're
drink
gonna
it how I
drink
like it.
We're going to push Lee Hooks. So Lee Hanks saying, looking forward to my Saturday morning blueberry muffin and coffee fix.
Oh, that's Lee.
The blueberry muffins, I like
Yeah.
that. Do you make them here?
Yes, we... I don't think we'll have them on Saturday, though, but we'll have croissants. They will.
Croissants for you.
Yeah.
Maybe they will put a blueberry in your croissant.
Just for you.
Just for you.
Yeah.
Man. So yeah, so all these alcohol, coffee alcohol. But I was saying the guys with wine, and which is really an art as well to produce the wine and to you know, the barrels and the way they produce it is very similar to the way coffee works, and whiskey as well. Whereas gin is like sort of pure alcohol and then infuse it or whatever the story is. These other ones are like like the way they make it is very important in the art of making it, especially with wines. And Gary's a wine fundi, he loves it, and that same love goes into the coffee, you know. And I always say it's crazy that the coffee comes such a long way from the berries to drying out, and it takes such the Afrikaans vandaag love death by coffee as well.
Thank you.
And Lee, mwah,
Just to see me back.
she's kissing your back. What is this?
Oh, someone from Switzerland.
What?
Oh.
Shumi from Switzerland.
Wow.
What is what are you drinking, Chef Abelweit?
Yeah, you know, you were saying like the love, the care and the time. It also goes back to, you know, seeing where it's grown.
Yes.
So for us, it's important that because it's such a long process, because you've got to remember, like, coffee is the second biggest industry in the world after oil. So it's a big money industry.
Yeah.
So we care about the farm, like where does it come from? What farm does it come from?
Yeah.
How are the people treated on the farm?
Yeah, the free trade.
Is the money going back into the community, or
Going to the
are
farm,
the community just being stripped and then made to work? So it's important.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
Yes, of
So
course.
so we care about those kind of things, and that's also how we pick our beans.
Yeah.
So we want the people that are working away at the farm, the money that they get to go back into the community,
Must come
to
to
serve
them.
the community, to uplift their community.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just stripping things.
Yeah, that was a big
You know?
corporate. It's coming in.
Yeah. So we care about that.
But also, I mean,
Yeah.
you find like the fact that the beans are it takes such a long time to
Yeah.
get that bean dried and
Yeah,
washed
it's
and
a big
whatever they
process.
do
Yeah.
to the beans to get it to the point where it's a
Yeah.
green bean, then it gets packed into these things.
Yeah.
It gets roasted to perfection by death by coffee, and then it gets sold as a bean, and then they cock it up in the coffee shop.
Oh,
The last little bit that they get to do is just a cock up.
No, not always.
It's not always. I know.
I think
So you need that barista.
I wonder if a bad barista could totally mess up good coffee.
Yeah.
I think that a really good barista could not fix really bad coffee beans, no matter how good they were.
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
But the coffee bean.
But a
makes
very,
big
very
difference.
bad barista could maybe mess up good beans.
Well, could it also be the machine that hasn't been cleaned in like 20 years,
Yeah.
and then they boil the milk to like
Yeah.
scalding hot, and then it's like.
Okay, well, let's talk positive things.
You
now.
know, no, but I'm saying
don't do that,
that
yeah.
we don't do that, and it's become less and less a problem.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
people
there's
are
so
getting,
many good baristas.
there are a
out
lot of good baristas around
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And people are getting trained, and it's coming out of that now.
Yeah.
So when you get a bad cup of coffee, you can afford to be really pissed off.
Oh my gosh.
I think
There's
so.
something that I wanted to say. Oh, you were
Yes.
talking about the beans and the
Yes.
drying process. Did
Yes.
you guys know, who here knew that coffee is actually a berry?
It's a berry, yes.
Did anyone know
I
it's a
knew-
berry? You can take, we've got a little coffee tree in our garden. You can take the berries and then you can suck them, and they're
Yes.
sweet, and they're thin little soft berry
So
thing
they're
around.
sweet?
Sweet, and
I've
you can
never
suck the
tasted one.
outside, and you can,
Wow.
yeah. So I wonder how many of you knew that coffee comes from a berry.
A berry, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they sometimes wash it, and they sometimes dry. I don't know.
Yeah, they're
there's-
like
there's different
sometimes.
techniques.
Yeah, sometimes they let it ferment on the bean and they dry it. Sometimes they wash all the
Yeah.
berry off. There's different ways, that make
Yeah.
different tastes.
And you-
In the processing, that's before you've even roasted it. So,
Yes.
so depending on how it's processed, does change the taste.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes you see it's these small little hand washing machines. Sometimes they're in a big factory and they're scrubbing the beans, and sometimes they just lay them out to ferment,
Yeah.
and dry in the sun.
Do you still go back to your
Yeah.
to your pan every now and again?
I haven't in a while, but I have explained to people how to roast on a pan.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Tell
Yeah.
the people out there.
So
because this is
basically,
cool.
guys, if you want to roast your own coffee in a pan, we've got green beans. You can come get them from us. Nothing in the pan, dry pan.
Try. Yes.
Okay.
One of those
Yeah.
black.
Quite
ones.
hot.
Yeah.
But you've got to
it
continuously move the pan
Yes, because it doesn't
because
burn
it's
it.
just going to burn on the bottom.
Yeah.
So you shake, and actually coffee makes like a popping sound. Sounds like
Yes.
popcorn.
Yes.
So what happens is
Cracks.
as it heats up, the bean expands,
Yeah.
and it's got a husk on the outside,
Yes.
and it makes like a popping sound, and that husk comes off. the
Okay.
bean.
Yes.
It actually, when you're
The chaff.
roasting, it can crack twice. We call
Yes.
it cracking. So first crack and second crack. So you will, as you're shaking it around, you will hear pop, pop, pop like popcorn,
Yes.
and you want to keep it moving. And then when you think all of them have popped, you
Yes.
kind of watch.
Yeah.
Then you've roasted your coffee,
Yeah.
and then you take it. And what I do is I put it in a sieve. You know those what's it called, a sieve?
Yes, yes,
Is it
yes,
like
sieve,
a
yeah,
thick thing? And then I just take it
colander.
outside. A colander.
Colander.
Is it called a colander?
With the
Yeah.
spaghetti ones.
Yeah, and I take it
Yes.
outside and I flick
And
it,
flick
up,
it, flick it,
and
yes.
then the wind blows and all the husks come off.
Yes.
Yeah, you must make sure you get rid of those
Yeah.
husks.
You blow the husk.
Yeah.
You know.
And then I mean,
Unless you got COVID, don't blow them. Then just leave it in the wind.
yeah, unless what?
No, you can blow.
Yeah.
Unless you got COVID.
Well,
otherwise
if you're
just-
drinking it yourself, I mean.
That's fine.
So then you can grind it. I mean, you can crush it with a stone, or you can
Yeah.
put it in a blender, or you can
Yeah.
grind it in one of those old
One of
grinders.
those
Yeah.
old grinders. I've just bought one of those
Yeah.
old grinders when I was
Cool.
down in
Yeah.
Prince Albert. I
Yeah,
found one.
they're nice.
And
yeah.
they're just lovely.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
once said Kopi Lowak. Where can you? Now, Jeff,
What's
the Kopi
that?
Lowak, I know about the Coffee
What
Lowak.
is
Now,
it?
Jeff, that you don't want to taste because
come out
that is
something
come
else.
out the civet cats.
Oh, I've tasted
they
that
eat
before.
But they force feed those civet
Yeah.
cats, man.
Yeah, it's not
Don't
good.
do it. Don't do it, Jeff. They are. It's like foie gras. It's
Yeah.
like it might taste beautiful. It must be super expensive.
It's not that great actually. It's very expensive.
Yeah, it's very, very expensive. But they force feed those civet cats, I think.
No, they die.
And
that's what they eat,
it's not good for them, man. So it's like, if you're eating that, it's like shell.
Damn you, Jeffrey.
Damn you, Jeffrey. No, don't even go there. Don't even go there.
I've tasted them before though. They're not that amazing.
Yeah, no, I haven't tasted them myself, but I heard about them, especially. It's spoken of often because it's the most expensive coffee. It's supposed to be the best, but if you've got to do that to animals, then you don't want to be that guy. Don't be that guy, Jeff.
He was just asking. Jeffrey,
no, he was just asking about.
Now you know.
We're not going to tell you where to get it. You won't. With those civet cats, they can
feed
hide.
them to your own cat. No, I'm joking. Don't do that.
Maybe you should try.
No. Roasty bean.
No, roasty bean.
No.
Try, but you just don't. Maybe you can feed them a few so that they don't feel so bad. like their butt is not so sore.
No
afterwards,
shame.
know.
A bean. I will never do that to her.
And then it comes out in the poo, and then
then they
you let it dry
roast
and
it.
then.
Do they feed the green beans to the thing, or do they roast them and then feed it to them?
No, I don't know. Oh, I don't know if they eat the. I think they eat the
green bean.
Yeah, because that's how they discovered it. Obviously,
and then they roast it.
They would eat it like the marula berries, and they would eat it and then.
Jeff said, "Okay, you've convinced me. I'll stick to coffee and wine."
Right. Good, Jeff. Now we're all good now, Jeff.
Good job, Jeff.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Unless the civet cat really wants to have it, and then you can have a few, maybe one cup. Oh my word! But it's a hectic trade. Philip was saying, they talk to each other in the comments sometimes as well. See Vivian Trobic, of course you can. You should be in the UK by now. Oh my word!
Yeah.
So the different beans, the different things. It's all and it all comes together in this beautiful little shop. Yeah, I love it.
Thanks. We love it. We really love it.
All right, so let's just get into your history a bit. Yeah, well, I know we must watch out for time as well, but we're okay. There's no rules with time. Yeah, we can go the whole night. But you're PE born and bred as well.
No, I wasn't born in PE.
Oh, you're not?
We moved a lot.
Oh, look
I
at
lived
you.
in funny places, very
Funny
cute
places?
places. Like I lived in Clarence.
Clarence.
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful place ever.
Yeah, it's so
These
sweet.
days.
But I lived. Who of you know Clarence? Who of you have been to Clarence? You can tell me.
Clarence
But
is
I
beautiful.
lived there. Now Clarence has become like a little art hub.
Yes.
And it's kind of fashionable, and people go there for art. But when I lived there, it wasn't that yet.
Yes.
It was a little
Was it dump?
tiny. No, it wasn't a dump.
Oh,
it was
okay, was it
stunning. It was better than it is now.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah. So it was like we lived on the edge of a mountain cliff.
Wow.
And there was a forest right next to us, and a beautiful dam. And we used to walk, and we used to find fossils. It was so beautiful. And there was a tiny little school, and there were like 2 classrooms, and all of the grades were all in the same class. There were about 20 people in this whole school. And we used to walk barefoot, cross the river to go to school. In the snow. Yeah, like run through the river.
Afrikaans in Clarence. Could you Afrikaans?
No, they were Afrikaans, but we weren't Afrikaans.
Okay.
In fact, we were the only people that weren't Afrikaans.
What was your maiden name then? Your
Gamarov.
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 Oh,
It's like Russian.
yes.
So,
Russian name.
yes.
Oh,
So
Russian.
it was so nice living there. And then we lived in Mafeking, Bapurit-Tswana, Mabatu.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and everyone spoke Tswana. We were the only
Mafeking.
people who spoke English. Yeah.
Okay.
So we learned some Tswana, and then we had to learn Afrikaans when we went there. And so we moved.
This is
And
while
then
you were at school or before
yeah, we
school?
moved lots when we were kids,
Okay.
but it wasn't horrible.
Was your father a rambling man?
My father is a professor in linguistics
Oh.
and French, and he went around and so he taught at different places.
Okay.
So it wasn't. I liked it. It was adventurous
Yeah.
to move around. It didn't traumatize me. It was
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, do you find it? And I've spoken with Leon very much like Batuli, he says.
Oh,
So-
who? Clarence.
Yeah, Clarence, is it like
Oh,
Batuli?
yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. I
These
love
these little
love it.
towns are starting to explode as well.
Yes. So now it's like a hub. It's still beautiful. It's lovely now. It's a little art hub. It's so nice.
It's nice.
Yeah. So then we came here to study art.
Okay.
And
And
I-
before, I was
Yeah.
just saying that people who move around a lot
Yeah.
really learn the skill of meeting people better than people. This is my theory. My theory goes
Yeah.
that people who've moved a lot around as kids
Yeah.
learn to make friends quicker.
Makes
because they're
logical
used to it.
sense. But I think some people really are homebodies and they don't
Yeah.
like to move a lot. I think
Yes.
it depends on your personality, maybe.
It does.
Yeah.
To agree, but I feel
Yeah.
even people that are introverts
Yeah.
still learn to get out.
Mm.
They learn the extrovert skills, even though they don't really.
I wonder if
enjoy
that's
it.
true. I
don't
think
know,
some
do you
people.
think that?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think that if somebody's really an introvert
Yeah.
and they don't want to move a lot and they're
Yeah.
forced to move, I think they. I
They
don't know.
go
It
and
seems
see
they
they
go
go
more
really-
into their shell and they struggle to. I don't know.
Well, look, I'm no psychologist, but
You guys can say what you think about like.
Yeah.
Who
I'll
of
tell
you
what
moved-
think.
But I
If
can't
you
speak
are-
for someone else because
I'm
for
going
me
to,
it was fine.
I'm going to take a poll.
It's a personality thing.
Yes,
Or like
no,
a personal.
maybe I'm
yeah.
just putting my own thing because I'm such an extrovert.
But you're an extrovert like mad,
Totally,
so
yeah, totally. So I wouldn't really
how can
understand
you even
it.
imagine
I
what it's
know,
like
I
to be
don't.
an introvert?
I don't.
You
I don't like. I'll go. I actually sometimes don't realize that people are introverted, and I'm always like, I'll go to them and well, I can't hug them now. It's COVID, but I'm a big
No,
hugger.
you must still hug people.
Yeah, I love hugging.
You must
people.
always hug people.
I
People
know.
need hugs.
They do,
Of
and I'm
course.
so tired of not hugging people.
No, you must hug them.
I do. Moving around a lot makes a lot of people more flexible to change.
Ah,
That's a better way of putting it.
flexible
Teresa.
to change. Yeah,
Yes.
maybe.
And Wendy's,
yeah.
I agree. Oh, she agrees with me.
Ah.
I've got Wendy on my side.
Introverts could struggle much with change. She's a both
she's
of our
on your
sides.
side
She's
now.
both.
That's 1-1.
Yeah. No, one all. Oh no. It's
I
fine.
love it.
You're-
But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you had to do that. I mean, you
It was lovely. I have to admit, I enjoyed it.
all through your school life. This was
Yeah,
so different standards, different place.
yeah. And then so I came here to study fine art,
Ah, okay.
and then I met my husband in my first year.
How did you move here to find out when you're in Mafeking?
No, I was living in where was I? King Williamstown by
Okay,
then.
okay.
So I lived in funny places like
Yeah.
that, you know.
Okay.
So then I came here to study.
Okay.
Met my husband in my first year, and then got married when I was 21. Got married
Yeah.
young.
That's young.
Yeah, I'm very
As
glad.
een blaasmeisje.
Ja.
Vroeg getrouwd. Hoorie.
It's nice being married young.
Yeah, you grow into each
I'm
other.
very grateful that I got married young. Yeah. And
Yeah.
had kids, and it was so
Yeah.
nice being married. So nice
Well,
having
that's
kids.
because that's because you married the right person. you know,
Exactly.
that's what people will say.
Of course.
And so it depends on where you go. Moving to a foreign country is hard. Yes, Viv, she had to move to foreign countries.
Oh,
Difficult when
shame.
you don't speak the language.
Yeah, I
you
would
had to
think-
learn Italian, hey Viv?
Sure, that must be
that you do.
difficult to
Yeah.
learn a whole language. Some
And
people.
German.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some people pick up languages very quickly.
Yes.
They're just a natural. Yeah.
It's a musical thing too. I quite like
Maybe.
languages, but
Oh.
but I don't. Yeah, look, I live Xhosa as well, but
Yeah.
I get my Italian and my Xhosa mixed up. How's that? I don't know why.
That's
I don't
so
know what it
weird.
is.
They're so different.
I know they seem different, but
Or aren't
actually
they?
in your brain, maybe it just
Yeah?
switches them around. I don't know.
So you're making like funny galore, but
I
Italian
have to
and
speak to my
Xhosa.
nonna in my broken Italian, and all of a sudden I realize I'm speaking Xhosa, you know. And she's like, "What? You're no capito. I don't understand. What are you talking about?" Mi scusi,
Sure.
nonna.
Yeah.
Teresa, in my yoga classes, I tell people to touch their teeth instead of their toes.
Oh, because of the language barrier.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
All right. Do they put their teeth in the front when they come in?
No, she says
Teresa?
teeth instead of toes because you can't.
Oh.
Maybe she forgets the word. I think that's why. Yeah. Sure.
Maybe she's got a whole pile of teeth when they're coming to the. How old are the people that are coming into your yoga class, Teresa? But Teresa's in
Austria.
Austria as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah.
yeah. Oh,
So
no.
sweet.
Oh, mix them up. Oh, you mixed them up. Oh my word.
Mix up the words.
Touch your teeth. Oh, that's very funny. Okay, and
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, okay. So you high school you finished in
Yeah.
King.
I don't know how interesting.
KHS
Is my life
or-
interesting?
Was it
Really?
Was it KHS?
I came here. I studied art. I loved it.
No, in what high school in?
But nobody cares what high school I went
Yeah,
to.
no.
KHS, I think.
KHS. Yes,
Yeah, but
the
that's
one.
like boring.
No, that was.
There's
no,
so many
no.
more exciting
People
things.
because they say Queenstown. I was in Queenstown.
Oh, so if you
Yes.
were in my high
Because they
school,
could be here in the Eastern Cape.
say
you know.
hello.
That's right. Say how's it?
Shout out.
Queens boys. Yeah. There's lots of
KHS.
people that watch from
Kafrarian
Queenstown.
High School.
Yes, yeah. It's KHS these days.
And then
and it's Conte now. King
Oh, I
Williamstown.
don't. Oh, something like
Conte.
that. King
Yes,
William
yes,
Sunny.
it is, yeah.
I can't
And
pronounce it.
It
Yeah.
is. It's got the top of the mouth, just like the becha. It's the Q is the top of your mouth. It's like like your. That's it. So you call the C. The C is at the front of your mouth. Front in your teeth. See.
Conte.
That's it. See, you got it.
You
First
know?
time.
Italian.
This
Jokes.
is just like Italian. Oh my word.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Leon Chaya. Yes, indeed. I see. So came back here
Yeah.
and studied under Dave Jones.
Yeah, so I majored in sculpture and I had some exhibitions and I loved it and I'm so grateful I could study
And
fine
was that
art.
with Bruce Cadle?
It was well,
Ethna?
I think it wasn't. That wasn't my one of my lectures.
You didn't do printmaking with Jenny
I
Fabry?
did, yes.
With
I
my
did.
mother.
But is she on? Huh?
She's
Wait,
my mother.
What's her name again?
Jenny. She was Jenny
Oh,
Fabry.
I'm trying to remember, but it wasn't my major.
Okay.
It was sculpture and painting. It was my major.
Okay.
So
She might have done
that's
it.
what I am
Fine
trying
art.
to remember who. But I did
Yes.
do printmaking for a little bit.
Yes, that would have been
Yeah.
my mother.
It's a small world, eh?
It is small. This is amazing.
Gee.
And she lectured at Tech around that time as well.
Okay,
She was-
1994 I graduated.
That would have been her.
Yes. Oh wow.
It would have been her.
Yeah.
So my mother taught you a bit,
Yes.
you know, about printmaking.
Yeah, they were such good lectures there.
Yeah, they
I
were.
had an amazing time. Yeah, it was
Technicon was very, very, it was, and it still is. I think it's still lucky, you know. It's
Yeah.
worldwide, you know.
Yeah,
There's a lot of lectures are still there, in fact.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay. So your story about your
So I have to say I'm really, really grateful I had the opportunity to study fine art
Yeah.
because it's such a privilege to be able to study something that might not necessarily mean you're going to go straight into making lots of money or because art is a struggle
Always.
to survive as an artist.
Yeah.
So my dad is so sweet and kind, and my mom, they're both wonderful. And so when my dad was taking me there, I was going to enroll. I wanted to do art, but they thought it might be better to enroll something like business economics or something.
Yes, of
So
course.
then when I went to the university,
Yes.
there were two queues. There was the queue I was supposed to be standing in, which was business economics, and then there was the art queue. And I had my portfolio with me in case I could convince my dad. And when I got that, he was with me, and we looked at the two queues, and he looked at me, and I said, "Dad, please,
Can I do
please." And so he was so sweet. So I didn't enroll, I didn't send anything, but I went in. Cleone Cole, if you are
Cleone.
listening.
Oh no, Cleone.
So then I went in and I hadn't, they didn't know who I was. I just arrived into the office and I begged. I went and Cleone Cole was there and I said, please, I need to study art. I have my portfolio. And she didn't know who I was and she was so kind. She gave me, so, because you have to like send your stuff through, you have to be
Yes.
prepared, they have to know who you are.
Yes.
And she still gave me a chance to go.
Oh,
so,
wow.
so my mom was like, "Did you enroll with your business economics?" And no, I'm studying fine arts. And so, I'm just like, whoa, that was
Oh,
amazing.
my word.
And Cleone gave me a chance.
And then you're so excited.
She didn't
about
know
it
who
because-
I was or anything. And she was amazing. And then I met my
Yes.
dear husband
Yes.
in my first year. And yeah, so
Wow.
I don't, yeah.
No, Cleone
So
is
it's sad.
absolutely amazing. If somebody can tag Cleone,
Yeah.
she's just, and I guarantee, Philippa will remember Cleone as well. Oh, there we go. Teresa also
Yeah.
remembered
Yeah, no,
remembered
she-
her, and if she's still going strong.
Very
and she's,
inspiring artist. Yeah.
She is just a good, kind person as well. She's just
I
got
thought she was very,
Yeah.
very kind, and she has a heart for art.
Yes.
Because she wouldn't have said yes, she could see I really wanted to. And
Yes.
she might not have cared. She might have had a tired, busy day
You know.
and been, who's this person coming in?
Yes.
And I just thought that was really, really kind of
Oh.
her to do. And it was amazing. So,
I love hearing
yeah.
stories like that
Yeah.
because those little, that one decision, hell's
Oh,
bells.
man, oh,
Imagine what would
I
have
couldn't
happened.
have done it. Oh,
Yeah.
my word. if
You
I-
might have ended up there
Well, no.
eventually, but it's those little decisions throughout your
Yeah.
life. Did you
Well, I
ever-
didn't say it's a decision. I would say, okay, we're not really in control of things. God is in control
Yeah.
because He is sovereign over everything. You
Yes.
know, so I was meant to go, and He had a better plan for me, and I'm really, really grateful. Thank you. So I'll look at it like that
Yeah, so
because
that's-
we make our plans,
Dude.
and things don't always work out the way we want to. We're not we're not sovereign over everything.
Yeah.
So we think things might work out
Yeah.
a certain way, or we want them to, but
Yeah.
maybe it's not good for us,
Yeah.
or maybe it's not the right thing. Or maybe that's not where we
You
were.
just get that feeling that
Yeah.
you're going the right way.
I wanted it. I hoped it happened. I'm grateful. So yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it's just-
and
yeah.
did you carry on with the art as well?
Yeah, I did art exhibitions and I carried on, and then I
Sculpting?
had I did sculpture, welded steel metal
Welded?
structures. Yes, like big installations, welded steel. I used to raid the junkyards. In fact, I had our wedding photos inside the scrapyard because I thought the contrast of like a wedding dress and scrap metal was cool.
Oh.
So I just put on my boots and then we
Okay.
went in there. So we used to raid the scrapyard. My husband, who wasn't my husband, then
Steel
used to
bun.
come with me and we used to go and take all bits and I used to weld them together and make it was so nice. It was just so nice. Yeah, and then I had a bunch of kids and I
Okay.
teach art.
Yes.
So I teach art to
How many
teenagers.
children?
3.
3 kids. Okay.
Yeah. And
And
yeah.
see, Breeze is on. He was on
Yeah,
earlier.
Breeze is my oldest daughter. That advert that you guys saw at the beginning of this
Yes.
video, she's a filmmaker.
Oh, wow.
She made it for us.
Cool.
So that's where we can talk about the film that we made.
Yes, yes,
Can
yes,
we?
yes,
Can we?
absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
we can,
so-
yes.
Yeah. So she studied film.
Yes.
And she's finished studying film, but we got funded to travel around South Africa and film a full-length film on home education.
Okay.
Because my kids were all homeschooled,
Yes.
and people have so many questions about homeschooling, and
Yeah.
they want to know, and it takes so long to answer because it's so in depth.
Yes.
So we thought, well, let's shoot a film. So we got funded and we traveled around. So the film is coming out in 2 months,
Okay. Wow.
around about 2 months on the big screen.
Okay.
So what's going to be launched on the big screen, and we'll see if Ster-Kinnicker wants to send it around, but
Okay.
it will be available for everyone to see. So basically, she as a filmmaker,
Yes.
and I produced it,
Okay.
and then she did everything else.
Okay.
And she filmed it and she edited it and did the sound and did. It took 2 years because normally, I don't know if you know film, but film it takes for a full-length film it will take you a whole crew a year to do the post-production. So the filming takes 6 months,
Yeah.
and then the post-production takes a year. And she did it all herself, so it took a
editing.
long time. It's the editing and the sound and the 150 hours worth of footage crammed into 2 hours. And your cousin Shirley,
Yes.
Shirley. Shirley.
Purpose cousin Shirley.
she's a home educator, has written a bunch
Yes.
of books on home education. So we interviewed her, and we interviewed about 30 families, and we traveled and we did our family and what it's like. And so that's coming out in 2 months, and it's like an in-depth look at our lives as people who homeschool,
Yes.
and how other people do it, what it is, all the questions you kind of think that you want to ask people, you could actually physically see.
Yeah.
So and the footage is beautiful and the sound is beautiful. I mean, we use local musicians like Joe van der Linden has
Yay,
a lot
Joe.
of his music in there, and he's so kind. He just went, take.
Yes.
Take.
He's very generous. On
So
Joe's.
the people like donated their music to us because we
Wow.
didn't have, we had funding, but we didn't have enough to pay for everything.
Yes. Yes. Of course.
So thanks, Joe, for doing that. And
Super
a bunch
music.
and she wrote some of the tracks because she does sound. So, and it's we're so excited. And what was nice is that it was shot by a crew who were home educated. So she was home educated,
Okay.
and she went to study and finished studying. And you know, sometimes when you make a film and people film the thing, and then the editors don't know they don't have a full understanding of the topic,
Yeah.
or they have an agenda,
Yes. Yes.
and then they edit the thing to say what they wanted to
Yes.
say, or they don't have a full concept of what's going on, and so they edit it and they change the meaning of the thing.
Yes,
Do you
yes,
know what I
no,
mean? Have you
editing
seen
can
that
make
happen?
anything. Ask
Yeah.
Donald Trump. You know.
So, because she was home educated,
Yeah.
and because I produced it with her, we
Yes.
directed
you
it together.
had-
the story is accurate.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
So so that's exciting.
Yes, I know.
So we're
there's a lot
really
of passionate
excited about
people in
that.
there, you know.
Yeah.
I know Shirley she
She-
loves that stuff,
yeah.
and she's so involved. I mean,
Yeah.
And I see the Stuckins involved as well. and
Yeah,
a couple
so
of PE
the
families.
story is following us, the Johnsons and
Yes.
the Stuckins,
Okay.
around South Africa,
Okay.
in our homes and around South Africa to meet other people who are home educated.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, so and somebody must tag Tanya Plakanoris, please, because Tanya, I've been at. She's also she's thinking along the same lines here.
Yeah.
And I need you two to
Yeah.
meet each other.
It's like, yeah, so that's amazing. So that's coming out. We'll post I think the Facebook page is going to be up here maybe you'll see a little teaser of that documentary, which is going to be amazing. Yeah.
Oh, good. And,
Yeah.
and another passion of yours is seeds.
Yeah.
And I've seen a little TEDx thing that you did as well.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
You've got her on TEDx. She's quite famous, you know.
I'm famous.
Yes.
Autograph?
Oh, later. No. And I see Elizabeth saying, there we go. Philippa's just tagged Tanya as well. You didn't Roddy.
Hey, Breeze. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
Breeze, my daughter, who is the editor and the filmmaker, wrote, I'm sitting at my desk editing right now while I'm watching.
There we go.
So
still editing.
She works hard.
Sure.
I'm telling you, I've never seen somebody work that hard.
No, editing
besides my
takes
husband.
hours and hours. My brother does editing as well. In fact, he was at Tech with you as well.
Oh,
my brother.
he studied with me.
He was in AV.
Oh, no way.
With Tim
wow.
Hopwood and all those guys are all with you. But you'll know when you see them.
Okay.
An amazing Breeze. What would it be called? I wonder where I could watch it.
The link's going to be up there with the website, and you'll be able to download it around the world. And you'll also be able to download the extended interviews of every single person that's there.
You've got a name for it?
It's Home Ed Documentary.
Home Ed Documentary.
And you'll see it on the website. You can stay updated on our Facebook page.
Okay, on your Facebook page. Excellent.
Yeah, no, it's coming out soon.
Can't wait to see the completed film.
It's beautiful. It's
I've
so
just seen
beautiful.
The teaser was amazing.
Well, that teaser, the official trailer is not out. So that teaser...
It was a teaser. Just a quick one.
You'll see a little bit.
But it looked beautiful.
Thank you.
Cinematography
was great. Thank you. I did jokes. Thanks to Breeze.
It was all her, not Breeze at all.
No, she is brilliant. So to have a person, it's so wonderful to have a child or people in your own family. I admire her work. Yeah. She's talented. And it's not just because she's my child. She very biased. I love you, Breeze.
But it just takes such a long time to do that stuff, and like you said,
she does not stop.
If you edit it properly, you'll get your message will be
brilliant.
Pure.
It's going to be pure, so
it's good. As Philip is saying that Gary spends hours editing as well.
It takes long.
It takes long hours. And Gary's going to be doing a lot of editing now coming up toward the end of the year.
So Gary, you know the pain.
He does.
But anyway, we're talking about this because I know the time's almost up. Yeah, we're talking about the seeds quickly.
Yes.
Sorry, there's so much. Okay. Yeah. So basically, as you heard, I love organic things.
Yes.
I love plants. I'm a tree hugger.
Yes.
I'm amazed at the beauty around us. I'm grateful to God for making flowers and the stunning things that we have access to, the food. It's just I'm grateful and I'm in awe. So I appreciate nature. Yes. I love plants. I love the environment, taking care of it. So I used to make my own herbal remedies, and I like natural things. Yes. I like healthy natural things. So I got into a bit of working with the environment, and I got very passionate about seeds, and I started we grew food for a while and supplied organic food on our small holding, and I got into growing for seeds in order to collect seeds and seed saving and seed freedom and things like that.
Just a little explanation, seed saving, seed freedom.
Well, okay, this could be like a whole other interview, but I'll go as quickly as I can. Yeah. So basically, when you grow something, a tomato, then the seeds inside the tomato. You don't have to go and buy another tomato. You can take your tomato and mash it into the ground, and you will grow more tomatoes. And I find that amazing. No, just take your tomato, throw it in the ground. You'll get tomatoes. That's just with tomatoes. But the point being that there are lots of very hungry people in the world.
Yes.
Everybody has a little patch of ground. Yes. People don't need to be that hungry. They can. Yes. I know it's not as simple as this. I don't want to simplify it. But it's possible to grow food, and it's easier than people think. And we have access to seeds in the food that we eat. So, but also there's people that try and buy the rights to seeds.
I know, which is irritating.
Yeah. So and there's also people that put poison on seeds or used chemicals, and it's not good for the environment. So I was very involved in that that.
Damn you,
kind
Bill
of-
Gates.
Yeah, man, Bill Gates. But you actually touched on something now that
Yeah.
everybody can grow, and
Yeah.
Gary has told me to. We got there was a book called, I think, Abundance, eh?
Yes.
That book called
Oh,
Abundance.
yeah.
I don't know if you read it, but it's
No.
amazing,
Yeah.
and it just solves the world's problems. You know, it says that this is the solution. The solutions are sometimes so simple. People are always
Yeah.
worried. Oh, there's 6 billion people in the world. How are they
Yeah.
going to eat? You just stack
Yeah.
it up. You know, or
Yeah.
whatever. You can grow anything anyway.
Yeah,
you know.
it's not that hard to grow
Yeah.
food, and I think so. Yeah, but seeds.
Yeah. So the GMO seeds.
I don't want to go onto a whole thing because it's
Yeah.
going to be a very, very long one.
Yes.
But yeah, people do genetically modify seeds,
Yeah.
and they also buy the rights to seeds,
Yes.
so that you're not allowed to share them or sell the resell and things like that.
Yes.
So for a while, I was in activism against
Against that.
those kind of things.
Yeah, it seems so
And I-
ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like-
it's quite in depth.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I went to public hearings, I went to parliament, I
Wow.
went to.
Full-on
I
activist.
worked with an African Centre for Biodiversity,
Yes.
amazing organisation who really care about the environment and things like that. So I did things like that, protests.
Yeah. Brilliant. Are you
So-
doing for the Shell guys? Yeah. Are you doing for
I'm
the
and
seismic?
I am very much anti that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm
So-
going to make Gary. You're
Eh?
anti the protest.
No, I'm anti
Yes,
blowing up the
blowing
oceans
up-
for the.
blowing up the ocean to find oil.
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
not surprised
No, it's hectic.
because we also it's
Yeah.
crazy and
But it's difficult to know what to do. So
Yeah.
what happens sometimes is one needs to be careful. I for me, like sometimes we feel like doing something, sometimes even doing a good thing
Yeah.
can turn into something that it becomes an obsession, or
Yeah.
it takes over your life, or becomes an
Yes.
idol in your life, or it becomes the main thing in your life.
Speaking from experience here.
Me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you
So-
went a little bit overboard.
Yeah. So one needs to try and
Yes.
find a balance for those people out there who are working in the environment. One needs to also look close,
Yeah.
look around you
Yes.
first, and make the circle bigger. Sometimes we want to save the whole world,
Yeah.
and then we looking far out
big.
there, and we forgetting what's right here. So
You
my
can
husband
solve these
says that.
hassles.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
always says like start small.
Yes.
Let's work with what we have around us,
Yes.
and then work our way out, which is very wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it took over my life a little bit, and one should not have anything other than God as your main thing in your life. For me, so like it can be an idol. So
Yes.
sometimes something that you think is even good can turn into an idol.
Yeah.
So we need to be careful. So and also, yeah. So that
get
kind
that.
of that's a very deep
No, I
conversation.
get
But
that. Yes.
but I care about the environment. I support organic things. I try and support those kinds of things, and I still do that. And
But
I
you wanna
still
do it
care a
really-
lot about seeds, but I've just backed down a little bit
Okay.
and started looking closer and working my way outwards.
Yeah.
I did it for many years, and now the baton can.
Be handed over. Yes. Yes.
So I mean, well, it wasn't just me. I mean, there's so many amazing people
Yes.
who do care. You know,
Yeah.
it's so nice to care, but one must not become obsessed,
Yes. Yes. It's true because it can take.
because
over.
our human nature does do that.
It does, of course.
And we
it will.
think that it's a good thing, so therefore I can get
Yeah.
obsessed,
Yeah.
and it's okay. But sometimes any obsession is not good.
Yeah.
So that
So
happens.
start small. So as for the
Yeah.
Shell thing, go speak to your local Shell guy and say, come on, put some pressure on those guys because that's your close thing for now. You know, because I feel sorry for the guys that own these Shell garages that are now having to something out of their control really.
Oh, it's
but
difficult,
they can maybe if they can put pressure on, maybe they'd do something. But you know, they're getting they're
It's
getting
a
spared
very,
back.
very long and deep and involved
Yeah.
process.
Yes.
It's much deeper than people think.
Yeah. of
You
course.
do have to do so many different levels. You have to work with Parliament.
Yes.
You can protest. You have to write papers. You have to there's so many levels that people don't realize about
Yeah.
working for
Activism.
as activism. It's lots of levels. It's not
Yeah.
it's not just one level. So anyway, respect to people who do that, because it's very difficult and it's very draining and it's dangerous also,
Yeah.
because you're working with people that are dangerous. So,
Yeah.
like, a respect to them.
Have you had any dangerous things happen to you over the years? Have people tried to intimidate you?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, of course.
So hectic, eh?
Yeah,
With GMO stuff? And
Yeah.
Really?
those corporations are big.
Yeah.
They're like,
So you had some times where you were hiding under your kitchen table?
no,
Not quite.
no.
But they were hectic.
Yeah, they can be bullies and like
Bullies.
trolls and like.
Yeah. Got a lot of money so they can just
Oh.
you know, hire people to make your life difficult.
Luckily, I have to say, no, I don't think anyone was high. Maybe. Oh, I don't know.
You never know, you
Wow.
know.
No, I don't think I was that big on their radar. But
Okay.
it was difficult,
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, it shows a bit of
But-
chutzpah there. It means it shows that you're
yeah.
not scared. You're not scared. You
Well-
go out there and do stuff. Did you
Yeah.
have placards?
Yeah.
You did, eh? I mean, that's like a Jennifer Lindridge. Somebody take Jennifer Lindridge. If you haven't met Jennifer yet, you've got
Yeah.
to meet her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is that firebrand.
Okay.
When she's
Yeah.
something there, when she believes
Yeah.
something, then she
Yeah.
goes for it, and I totally respect that. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know.
It's so difficult to know what level to go at though, and how. Like.
I mean, it just
Oh,
seems to make
it's complex.
Yeah,
I have to say.
It gets to a level where
It really is.
where it
But
does get
on a
complex.
good note, there are amazing people out there that are
Yeah.
growing like organic food, that are in their way, they are contributing and they're trying and they're supporting and they
So-
people do care and they do try and
So seeds. If
That's
I
all.
if
Yeah?
I want to have my own food at home, what do I go for? What do you?
this is a long conversation, but I
okay.
have seeds I can give you if you want.
Okay. But like tomatoes are definitely.
Take your
easy,
cherry tomatoes
Spinach.
and stick them in the ground and you'll have a crop of cherry tomatoes, guys.
Excellent. I love that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And then you got a big crop. And
Yeah.
the birds.
They grow out of the
as well,
compost
So you put
seed.
something on top of them, just so the birds don't eat them. Or do you give some to the birds as well?
Yeah,
those birds.
mouse birds.
Hey,
Oh,
baseball.
yeah. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. Okay. So seeds is another passion of yours. Isn't it?
I love the plants and seeds and herbs.
Are you still selling that stuff? and
No,
doing-
I used to supply organic vegetables.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we started our roastery. And I couldn't do both, it was too much.
Okay, so the roastery.
So we have fruit trees and beehives and things like that, but do not supply organic.
And the bees. I love the bees.
Yeah.
I know Menno Alting is out there. Always with the bees.
Yeah,
as well.
Menno is one of our regulars, yeah.
Yeah, he's great as
He's
well. I love it.
amazing. Yeah,
He
his
is-
honey is amazing. Yeah.
and Haley.
Yeah.
She'd so be in here with this stuff. I can see. All right, so we've spoken about the education documentary that's
Yeah.
going to be coming out next month.
In about
is
2 months, I'll post it up.
Two
You'll
months
see.
as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then we have some little bit of questions for you. I think we can get into those questions now. The getting to know you.
Getting to know all about you.
Does that. There we go. All right, so
Yeah.
okay, we have spoken about projects that you... Anything else that you're busy with at the moment? Any other projects? Because you seem like somebody who could do a few projects at the same time.
I'm learning how to play the cello.
Oh, nice. I like that. It must not be too easy.
No.
It's fretless.
It's beautiful though.
It's fretless.
Yeah, it is fretless.
Did
yeah.
you find a cello somewhere and you just decided?
Yeah, no, I was inspired by Isabel van der Linden
Oh, easy.
about 20 years ago.
Oh, really?
She started learning to play the cello when
Yes.
she was a bit older than me.
Well, she plays
now.
the EPO, doesn't she?
And I just thought, wow, like you can start a whole new instrument and a whole new thing in your 50s. I always pictured people with little 3-year-olds learning.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now I was inspired by her. And then another girl, like
Isabel.
I'm inspired by people. Then I thought, wow, I played the bass, so I thought,
Okay.
well, I'm gonna get the cello.
Okay.
So I cashed in some of my Bitcoin SV,
Okay.
and I got a cello with it.
Wow.
Actually, you know what happened with the cello? Can I
Right.
quickly tell you the
Yes,
cello story?
Yes.
Sound
You're
nice?
going to tell me about the Bitcoin SV. You're going to let that one
Well,
slide
I'm gonna
as
get
well.
there. No, it's a Bitcoin SV. That's what we
SV.
had to buy. But now the cello story is very sweet.
Yes.
I wanted a cello and I wanted to learn a cello. So I posted up on my status, I'm looking for a second-hand cello. And this girl, I don't even know her, okay? So someone told someone that I was looking for a cello, and this girl she messaged me and she said, I have a cello. You can come get the cello. She was playing the cello in her church, and she decided she wanted to play the guitar. And so she said, take the cello.
Oh my word.
She said, take the cello, see if you want to play it. And she gave me a whole cello.
Oh my soul, that's amazing.
What a kind... Amy, thank you.
Amy obviously was
So
trying
now
to
it's
get it out of her kids'
expensive.
hands.
It's expensive to buy a cello.
Yeah, no,
It's
sure,
expensive. And I
absolutely.
thought, wow. So I loved it. And then this other young girl wanted to play the cello. She's in my church, and
Yes.
we were doing a thing. And she was so good and natural on this cello. So for her 21st birthday, I asked Amy, the girl who gave me the cello, if I could give it to her for her 21st birthday. And I cashed in my Bitcoin SV, and I found another second-hand cello. So now we both have cellos.
Excellent.
And Amy gave it to her for her 21st. I gave it to her, but it was from Amy. So now we play like duets together. But we're both learning.
Yeah. Look, there's Tanya's come on. Excellent. I'm so glad you came on, Tanya, because you and Rushka have got to meet each other. She just stays out here. Greenhaven used to be Greenhaven.
Hi,
the riding
Tanya.
School. And
Hi.
you've got to meet each other, Tanya. You've got to come here for coffee. Okay. And I've got to find the questions here that Rushka has ticked here, because I've got a different lot. So I'm glad she's on, because you guys have to meet
Somebody wants to know where is the venue. So
Yes.
we're at our Coffee Roastery, Death by Coffee Roastery. It's in 7 High Street, Mount Pleasant.
Yes, just there it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
When you go past, it looks like that.
7 High Street, Mount Pleasant.
Yes, and
Tuesday to Saturday, 8 till 1:30.
8 till 1:30. It's in the morning.
And we're having an art festival this Saturday.
Yes, that's it. At the art festival as well. That we so it's, and then art festival goes how long? Also, it's 8 till
8 till 3.
Okay, was 8
Whole
till
day.
3. Oh, lovely. That'd be very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so the obsessions that you've had over the years.
No, well, one of them was like
Was
seeds
that
and
seeds?
herbs and
Okay.
those
We've
kind of
spoken
things.
about these things. Do you
I
collect anything? Do you have a
no.
collection? You're not like a hoarder.
No.
Don't like that stuff. Everything's fine. Go, chuck. Except the cello.
Except the cello. Instruments, yeah.
I love that cello. My theory is that Amy's daughter was playing the cello like this, and then she said, "Please, somebody come and get this from me."
Actually, no, she doesn't have kids.
Oh, okay.
She was so kind.
Amy, you're a
How
star.
kind are people?
I know.
I'm still blown away by that. Anyway.
Is it something that
I know.
most people don't know about you, that they?
People think that I am very spontaneous,
Oh,
but I'm actually not.
and you're not. You're quite a
Well,
humble.
no, I can adapt to situations,
Yes.
but I like thinking about things.
Yes.
So sometimes people say to me, "Wow, you just randomly did that thing," but I actually like to think about things
Okay.
for a long time.
So you contemplate them.
I like to think about things and have like if I'm planning something, I like to plan in my mind, backup plans and different ways of doing them. And it's not just randomly, I will do this thing. I plan. So people always say that think I'm more spontaneous than I am.
Okay.
I do think about things a lot.
Okay.
I don't
So
know if
it's
that's
more
interesting
planned.
to
No,
anyone.
it's more planned than it's
I like to think, and have backup plans, and like I think about things a long time before
Yes.
I do them.
'Cause
Not
it-
everything, not if I want to give someone a hug or like I
Yes,
want to jam
yeah.
to a song, not
Okay,
that kind
okay,
of.
okay.
But if I'm planning an event or if
Yeah.
I'm planning on, like a long thing,
Yes.
it's not just spontaneous. I do
Okay.
work. Yeah.
So you're quite focused in the end, because it goes against the stereotype. Somebody who's into organic stuff, and then you said, oh, they're going to be just go with the flow, whatever happens, they go. But
I
you're
don't
clearly
go
not
with the
that.
flow. I think I'm in the minority.
Okay. So you're
Yeah.
much more focused than that.
I don't know if it's focused.
Yeah, certainly not.
I can't multitask at all.
Yeah.
I used to think
Oh,
I
right.
was so clever and I could multitask
Okay.
really, really well. And I used to tell people, I'm multitasking. And then my husband said to me one day, I said, don't tell me that. I'm busy multitasking here. And then he said to me, Rushka, you do realize you haven't finished any of those things that you were doing. You're doing them all really badly. You're not so good at multitasking. And then I looked around and all these things I was so proudly multitasking at, none of them were finished.
Okay, right.
And then I realized it's a myth.
Yeah.
I can't multitask. I don't know
Okay.
if people can multitask. So he very sweetly pointed that out to me, and now
Okay.
I try to focus on one thing
One
at a
thing
time.
at a time,
So
just
you know how somebody
finish it.
loves you, you help them be a better person.
Yes, yes.
So he was doing that for me.
Speaking truth to you.
Exactly, in love.
You're in love, yes.
And it helped me.
You need people like that in your life.
Because it was about a bit of pride and arrogance at the
Yes.
same time, because I always thought, I can multitask.
Yes.
Like, look how clever I am. And then it's all these unfinished things around me, you know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
So I think he just watched me for many years. We were married for 21 years.
Okay.
He watched me for many years. And he probably knew this all along.
Yeah.
He was just very quietly, just
Yes.
shaking his head, watching me think I was so clever.
No,
And one day he probably couldn't bear it any longer, and he said, "Let me put her out of her misery and tell this woman she can't multitask."
I think you come to a point in your marriage as well where you can actually just speak
Yeah.
the truth, and you know you're not going to get it in the neck.
I'm like crying.
You
This
know,
is
you're
so funny.
like,
Yeah?
okay, I
Yeah.
can do it without hurting her now. Let's go
Well,
for it.
he's just very kind. Like
Yes.
he would always say it very kindly. But I think it's good to tell the truth.
Yes.
You know, you love somebody more
Yes.
when you tell them the truth.
Yes.
So like, oh,
I love it. I love it. I've also learned a lot of things about my wife in
Yeah.
the later part of our marriage,
Yeah.
because you just realize what's going on. You know, so
Yeah.
they act strangely because of this or because
Yeah.
of that, and an anxiety here or a thing
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
something, and there's always a reason
Yeah.
why something like that or something
Yeah.
happens. That's,
Yeah.
that's out of the ordinary, or
Yeah.
you know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Your
it's
happy
a
place. Where's your happy place?
church.
Church.
Yeah.
Is that your happy place?
Oh yeah.
You feel
And
like-
home. Home and church.
Okay.
Yeah.
I,
Home and church. Those two.
It makes
Don't
you feel.
need to be in anywhere else.
You think
And
that
a garden.
the place
Yeah.
makes you feel, it just brings all those things around you that make you feel safe.
I love
As well.
being with my brothers and sisters in Christ, like a church family.
Okay.
I love going to church. I love hearing sermons. I love reading the Bible, those kind of things.
Okay.
I love being with my family.
So a very spiritual person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. Here we go. What
Yeah.
would you change about yourself if you could?
There are lots of things.
You reckon?
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Oh, I bet
didn't
your
think
husband
about
say, I
this.
wouldn't change a thing about Rushka.
He's so sweet. When we did marriage counseling,
Oh, yeah.
and you know when you start, before you marry, you do marriage counseling.
Yes, yes.
And you have to fill in a form that says, what don't you like about this person? He's so funny. I had this long list, and I looked at his paper, and it was just
Nothing.
what would you change about, or what don't you like about, and his was empty. There was nothing. There was like empty. There's nothing he would change. But I know there's horrible, lots of things about me. But he didn't write anything. He's so funny. And then years later, I said, "Do you know you didn't write anything on that paper?" But I know there's lots of things.
You could have started with
he was like,
multitasking.
he's so funny. He goes, "It was a test." You know, it's like, of course I didn't write anything. But I just thought that's so sweet.
Oh, no.
I wrote this long thing. I
We're
was
going to
like,
write
"Oh."
things. I got to be truthful.
Meanwhile, there's many more things I would need to change compared to him. So,
Yeah, but you don't
so-
realize that until much later anyway.
Oh.
No. If you could go back and change things, you would write nothing on that form.
Yeah, there would be a lot less thing than on my form, like that's for sure.
You would have written multitasking.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Something that people sometimes misunderstand about you. I suppose
That was probably be the
the,
multitasking, the spontaneous. Yeah.
spontaneous thing is a big thing because people just presume that.
I
I'm
think
sure they
so.
do. I'm sure they do.
I think
You
so.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah.
Your favorite food?
Coffee.
Coffee. I suppose when you drink
So-
coffee, you don't like to eat afterwards. As well.
No, I like cheese
I like
and
cheese.
strawberries.
Oh, you must meet Kerry Hiles as well. She makes lovely halloumi.
Ooh.
And she sings so beautifully.
Ooh.
Kerry Hiles is another person. Somebody tag Kerry Hiles, please. 'Cause
Kerry?
She's got to come and meet Rushka.
We can swap coffee for cheese.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
use coffee as currency, by the way.
Yes, it's a great.
I buy my
concept.
organic vegetables and my milk with coffee.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I do. I buy my. I swap things for coffee. It's
You
my
know,
currency.
It's a fantastic. It's like
Yeah.
it's a new Bitcoin. So did you buy Bitcoin when
Bitcoin
you
SV.
SV, hey?
Yeah.
Was that like a long
It's
time
the
ago?
real
it was?
Bitcoin.
Before Elon
yeah.
Musk got involved.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have your brother. Being your brother does
Yeah.
the Bitcoin thing, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have him on
Saint B wallet.
because he's got a whole story about
He's
it.
very interesting
Yeah,
to
and
talk
he's
to.
been
actually.
involved in it since like
The beginning. Yeah.
the beginning, 2010 or something, eh?
Ask him, but long
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
It's
When
amazing.
everyone still thought everyone was crazy. He was like,
So you got a favorite food?
One favorite.
Yeah, like what's your favorite food?
I don't know.
Or your favorite restaurant when you go?
I love Otak. It's not Otak anymore.
Otak.
It's called KOK.
Oh, okay. Is it
Okay.
Is
It's
it
actually in
karaoke?
Stanley. It's on Stanley Street now.
Okay.
Yo, he's a good chef, that guy.
Is it good?
Yo, he's
Great.
good. Yo, Brian,
Is it Brian?
your food is amazing.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I love that. Yeah.
I don't know what's called now.
It's like Thai.
Okay,
It's
and-
like
Okay.
with lime and like chili. It's like, oof,
Wow.
so good.
Oh, somebody spell the name. Put it in.
KOK on Stanley. Stanley Street in Central. He's just reopened there. It used to be Otak.
Okay.
The food is stunning. His name's Brian.
I see Afrikaans for Dummies there saying that Kerry Howes taught him bass. She's an amazing bass player.
Oh, is that the
She
girl
is.
that makes the cheese?
Yes.
Oh, she plays a bass.
She's so passionate about her cheese. She's so good. She's got her goats on her farm. She's all
Wow,
organic things as well.
That's so nice.
And she is
Yeah.
she's a stick of dynamite, that one.
Wow. Did you interview her?
I have. She's actually done the show for me in East London before. as well.
Oh, okay.
Because we sometimes do an East London thing, which we actually need to do again at some
Yeah.
stage because we involve the East London.
Oh,
guys.
cool.
So
Okay.
it's an Eastern Cape show, this.
Yeah.
You see, so we try and involve everybody.
Yeah.
All right. I have here, what brings the most joy in your life? Excluding friends, family, and cats.
Cat. Roasty bean.
Roasty bean.
I love praying
You pray a lot.
and reading the Bible.
Yes.
I can't say
Quite be
family.
like a nun.
I'm not a nun.
Not a nun.
I married
That sounds
children.
very... Yes. well,
But
yeah,
I can't say family because it would be family.
Yes, it would be family.
And yeah.
And I suppose...
Yeah.
I suppose the coffee and the project.
The coffee is family.
Yes.
The
yes.
people I meet are family.
Yes.
It's like,
It's all interlinked.
Yeah.
You can't separate them.
No.
Your whole life is a big juggernaut.
juggernaut.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Nicknames. What nicknames?
My nickname since I was a kid was Dush. Doosh. Dush. I don't know why. Dush. But it's funny because my brother's kids, in my brother's house, they use the word dush as a smack.
Oh,
So
right.
or a hurt. Or a
I
fall. So if the child would fall, they would say, "Did you dush yourself?"
Oh, I see.
So when these kids met me, I thought, my little nephews, then they come and he goes, "This is Auntie Dush," and then they all look at me like, "Oh, they're all nervous." And I was like, "Why did you use that word? That's my nickname." Now they think I'm gonna smack them.
Oh no.
So
I'm scared.
that was
Don't use douche in the Johnson family. Then.
I had to try and change the meaning of the word dush. So
Okay,
I said, if you don't eat ice cream, I'm gonna dush you. That's
Oh,
why
right.
my name's Dush. Here's your ice cream.
And the
I had
ice
to try
cream,
and make
put
them
it in nice
not be
terms.
scared of me anymore. So I don't know why, but that's my nickname, Dush.
I love it.
Dush.
All right. And your first job that you ever had?
My first job, I think I was 13. I worked at the Spur.
Oh, there's another Keith.
I
Keith
was
Marie.
a Spur waitress, and I bought tackies with my salary.
Which spur was
Because
that?
we used to wear those North Star little thin shoes. We weren't rich,
Yes.
and all the rich kids had those.
little tackies.
All the rich kids had those puffy tackies with the thick
Yes,
sole, and we had those 5 rand
Those tennis
North Star flat things.
Yes.
And I used to try to do my sport in them, and I always used to admire those tackies. So then I got a job when
At
I
the
was
Spur.
13. You could work when you were 13.
I know, crazy.
I was
It's child
13.
labour.
I loved it. It was
I know.
amazing, and I bought tackies.
Well, the Spurs.
Puffy
Which spur was
tackies.
that? Which spur?
It was in King Williamstown.
Okay. Maybe Keith for real know which spurs.
Maybe
in
they
King
thought I was
Williamstown.
older. Can you work when you're 13?
Yeah, well, if you're in King Williamstown,
They're going to be in
nobody
trouble.
really cares.
I'm sorry if you're in trouble, guys.
I know,
but,
it won't be at that time.
it was very useful to me, so thank you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice, very nice. And
Babysitting when I was 9.
oh, well, there we go.
Who would hire a 9-year-old to
Jeez,
babysit?
babysit. We obviously were you quite responsible? At
Very young. I was the older sister. I had lots of younger siblings. I looked after everyone's babies.
that? Oh my
So
goodness.
someone hired me.
Well, that's
when
right,
I was
because you were so mature.
to babysit their baby.
You
I would
know,
never hire a 9-year-old
that's so-
to babysit their baby. But anyway,
I used to
Yeah.
at 10 years old, I was so irritated when people used to say the girls are so mature compared to the guys, and I was a 10-year-old guy going, thinking like, Lance Bloch, is it Bloch? Goes, go Rushka.
hey Lance.
Is that
Are
family
you?
as well?
No.
Supporters, there we go. You're famous
They're
on this
so
place.
sweet.
There we go. No, they are do. And
Tanya says hi, Rushka and Gino.
excellent. Yeah. No. She's in there. Wait. But
Wow.
you got to get to meet Tanya.
Yeah.
What's something that you like to do the old-fashioned way?
Oh my gosh, I like old-fashioned ways of grinding coffee in those old coffee grinders. I like those coffee grinders.
I've got that
those
as well.
big metal
And then
things.
doing it in the pan, because that's how
Yeah,
the old Italians used to do it as well.
nice.
In fact,
Is
I
that the
think-
old-fashioned way?
In
That
fact,
would be-
Ethiopia, I think, which
Yeah.
is like the birthplace of coffee, I think
Yeah.
they still do it in the pan.
Ah,
And you've
yeah,
got to
you
move it
can.
around. You've got to move it around so it
Yeah.
doesn't burn.
Yeah.
I love that.
I didn't think about that answer very much, but
Yeah,
no,
I
off the
think it
top
is.
of my head, might be that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like dancing,
Dancing. We didn't get into your
waltzing,
dancing.
and like
The dancing
sing.
story.
Oh, this
We didn't get into that as well.
Okay.
What is the dancing thing? Tell me.
I love dancing. I'm
Yes.
always dancing.
Did you
I
do
make
the-
everyone dance with me.
Did you do a dance school? Or
I
something?
used to do flamenco. I used to dance, and then I taught.
Ballroom.
I teach ballroom, basic ballroom
Wow.
to teenagers,
Okay.
and I
As
was
well,
was a
still do.
Zumba fitness instructor, dance fitness
Oh,
instructor.
you were Zumba.
It's like a dance fitness.
Yeah, I thought it was about boxing
Yeah.
and stuff. Kicking and boxing.
No, it's not kicking.
Very
It's
violent.
dance fitness. So you do like the salsa and the
Okay,
cumbia, and
salsa.
it's like dance fitness.
Okay, dance.
That's very
What's the
nice.
boxing one? That one's more violent. What was that one?
Taibo.
Taibo. That's just the one.
No, don't do that.
Okay, I'm getting confused between Taibo
Yeah.
and Zumba.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna hit the either ors, and we've got the some either ors and some either ors. Just a couple. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Form or function?
Sure. Oh, do I have to choose a
Yes,
word?
you have to choose one. Form or function.
You can't choose both.
And you can't have
Oh,
both.
form or function?
Yeah, functional stuff or form
Oh,
beauty.
heck. Form or function? Form or
like-
function?
Way things to work.
Function.
Or function.
Yeah.
Working thing. You see, I would have immediately assumed form because of
No,
the
thing must work.
Okay, so you see, that's where you chose. That's where you go against the stereotype.
Okay.
I like that. You see, it's people are not as simple as you think they are. You can't make assumptions. Never make assumptions about Rushka. She's much more focused and worried about function than you think. She's okay. 80s and before or 90s onwards.
Please, 90s onwards.
Oh my word, Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam.
That's it. That's it. Pearl Jam. fan.
80s, show the band.
Oh, Wayne Callis will love you. He's a Pearl Jam nutter. He's a
I
nutter.
watched Pearl Jam in
Here we
America.
go. Absolutely. Okay, forest or beach?
Forest.
Oh, really?
Straight away. Trees.
Trees, forest. You like the
Trees.
tree hugger?
Trees, yeah.
Antique or brand new?
Antique.
Okay. Alone or in a crowd?
Oh. If my family are in the crowd.
Okay.
Otherwise,
It sounds like alone to me.
it depends who the crowd is.
Party.
Depends who the crowd is, of course.
It's a whole bunch of horrible people.
Then alone.
I was making you go that way. Can you tell?
Okay. Stop stereotyping me.
No, I'm trying to stereotype. No, I'm trying to unstereotype because your stereotype would be like crowds. I love everybody.
I do love everybody.
So there we go.
I
Well,
try
then-
to.
So, but I mean, if you had to have a choice, go to the party or
I don't like-
have a night at home.
If there was a party with music but no alcohol, I would go. I like
Okay.
parties.
So you stay away from alcohol.
But I like dancing.
Okay, but yeah, that's where people with alcohol are. They're dancing.
No,
all the
we
time.
have dance parties without alcohol and we jam.
I'm sure.
The swing.
Okay, no, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
You know, we need to know these things. Forgiveness or vengeance?
Forgiveness.
Oh, I knew you were going to say
Forgiveness.
that. That's stereotypical.
As I have
too.
been forgiven. I will forgive.
Oh, you've been
I will try.
forgiven as well.
Yes.
For all those bad things that you did.
Yeah.
Multitasking.
We all
damn
bad.
You.
No, we have bad hearts.
You were multitasking there all that time, and then Justin wrote nothing on his pieces of paper.
He's so nice.
Yes. Okay, iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone.
Oh, I knew that.
Samsung like track you big time. I know iPhones. do.
iPhones tracks you just as much. Steve
Probably
Jobs
not.
was terrible.
I just have an iPhone.
Okay. Would you like to either have any makeup you want or any man you want?
If it meant I'd have to have a man I don't want, then it would be the
Okay,
man
the
I want.
Makeup. You go for the makeup. That's a crazy one.
I
Ken.
want the
Gary,
man
that's
that
a-
I want.
that's
I
a
don't
no
want
one.
another man.
That's a no-one question.
Yeah, I don't care
Oh,
about
lots
makeup
of
so
makeup.
much.
You'll be caked
I
in
don't
makeup.
care about makeup. I don't need it. Can't you tell?
Oh, yes. All right, final four questions. We've got 4 more to go. Would you rather?
Would I? Who's still there? Are you guys?
No, they're all still there.
Surely this is boring.
No,
I mean,
not a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, would you rather kill an endangered species or a convict? And you have to kill one or the other. Endangered species? Would you kill that?
I would
Or a convict.
have to kill an endangered species because I can't kill a person.
Can't kill a person, but it's a convict. He's a terrible guy.
I'm not going to kill a person.
Okay, all right. Cheers, Mr. Rhino.
Mr. Rhino, it's Rushka's fault. She did it.
She did it.
A murderer who's about to murder somebody
He
else.
was a murderer. He was
If somebody was going to murder somebody and I had to protect myself and stop them from
Yes.
murdering somebody,
Maybe then.
yeah,
Well,
I
you
do
just say,
self-defense.
stop.
I would do self-defense if I had
What if they
to.
were just going to hurt
They would
them?
just.
Really
I mean,
bad?
maybe we're going to hurt them real. Gary's saying. what
That's
if
a
they
very
said-
hard thing because if somebody's going to kill somebody and you have to protect yourself.
I know.
I was having that conversation today. What is the right thing to do?
No, it's-
One does not murder, but you have to have self-defense.
Well, you know who thinks of those
And
questions.
how do you shoot them in the leg? I don't know.
You shoot them in the leg, and then they'll.
Then they
just
don't die,
fall.
and they must
But
repent.
You could hit an artery, and then they would die.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then what? There'll be a mistake,
It's
so it wouldn't be so
difficult.
bad. Because it'll be
No.
a mistake.
It's intent. Intent is
Okay,
everything.
intent.
If you
So
intend to kill,
Intent, so okay,
that's murder.
You could shoot him in the head and convince yourself that it's.
No,
gonna
you
be
can't
alright.
convince yourself. You know.
Because maybe he'll just
Yeah.
miss his, his abdullah.
Shoots him in the
oblongata.
ear.
Yeah, it's going to go straight through because he's got no brains
This
anyway.
way.
Okay, no, fine. That's a Gary.
I don't think I would
question.
murder. I would struggle to murder a person.
Yes, I'm sure you would. Okay. Would you rather have to always wear heavy boots or never be able to wear shoes at all?
Always, even in bed.
Yeah.
Always. No,
Always wear
no
heavy
shoes.
boots.
No shoes.
But then what you're going to do when you have to walk in the desert or something when it's really hot on the sand?
I would throw my towel on the
Towel
floor
in
and
front of
stand
you.
on it.
You have to carry your
I
towel.
would work in the forest instead.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Never ever be
Imagine
in a place
sleeping in heavy boots.
when the thorns will get you.
I
the
do
thorns.
like heavy boots though.
You do like them as
I'm
well.
loving all these questions. Listening closely. Oh, breezy. But isn't it boring? Oh, you're so
Okay,
cute.
last one.
Yeah.
Last one. Would you rather have a hook for a hand or a peg for a leg?
It's such a dumb question. Come on.
Or a peg for a hook? You'd never be able to put your contact lenses
No,
in.
I would have a peg because I can't play the bass or the cello or the
cello.
instrument without
You
my
need to
hands.
bring
Yeah.
it back and everything. Maybe you could make your leg into a cello. Then
Or you could play with like one leg.
Yes. Or you
know,
could
like
put a
those
bow
people.
on your leg.
Yeah, play
And
your
then-
leg. Like,
Oh, Rishka, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Actually, I'm saying coming into here, but thank you for having us in your studio. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
And we've got a competition. We have a competition for the people that are watching right now. So we're going to put them all in a hat. Gary's going to put them all in a hat. Thank you to our sponsors, Spa and to Fitch and Leeds. Who have been fantastic.
And this lady.
And yes, Grace, thank you for our food, which we're going to get. We're going to leave some here for your supper.
Ooh.
And we've got Fitch and Leeds for you as well, which you can also
Fancy.
take.
It's prawns and everything.
Yes, it's prawns and everything here. We've got a whole lot of stuff in calamari and all sorts of lovely things. And thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And we're going to put you all in a hat now, so don't go away. We're gonna put you in a hat. And we're gonna bring it onto the screen, and then we will. That thing. There we go.
That's so sweet. What's the
lucky
prize?
draw. We're gonna get it going. We can't see that, Gary. I don't think. Oh, we can. Or can we? I don't know if we can see. We can't see it on the screen yet, Gary.
Heath,
Okay, all right,
Leo,
all right,
Lizzie,
okay,
Breeze,
wait,
Philippa,
I'll redo it.
Oh, yeah.
Shanae! Woo! Shane, you won!
Shanae, we're gonna.
What did she win?
I don't know if it's Shanae. If we actually
Shanae.
got it on the screen
No,
yet.
no, we haven't got it on the
Oh no,
screen.
it's still going around and around. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it says winner.
Yes. Okay,
No,
there we go.
it's
Now we're
it's
gonna
going
go.
now. Now it's
Oh,
going to be
now
on the
it's
screen.
going.
Okay, it's going
Okay,
on
who?
the screen.
Lizzie,
Oh, there we
Keith,
go. There we
Caitlin,
go.
Vivino, Elizabeth,
Who's gonna
Lance,
be?
Kathy,
Who's gonna be?
Lee, Ricolette,
Who's
winner,
gonna be?
Dust Bunny.
Dust Bunny?
Who's Dust Bunny?
Who's Dust Bunny?
I don't know.
We don't know. We're going to find out who Dust Bunny is. And we're going to see.
Go Dust
Dust Bunny,
Bunny!
please message me on my Facebook profile or on the YouTube and Gino@centerstage.co.za. Please send me an email and send me your email address and your delivery address and your cell phone, and I'll get the guys to deliver for you. I don't know where
What's the
that's
prize?
running.
But what's the
It's a
prize?
case of Fitch and Leeds.
No way, that's cool.
It's amazing. Oh, we got it.
They're such cool sponsors.
I know, they're great. You guys, Spa and Fitch and Leeds. Thank you guys for joining us. On Tuesday, we've got Pete Clark coming in from Bunton. Really shake to hear. And my song for the end. Keep checking to go over here. Happy day, you too, Rushka.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for having me.
Come and visit here as well. It's amazing.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and